Recording.
Save it for the stream, Corey.
Starting the stream. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome, everybody. Another episode of Rocks Fall, Everyone Dies. I'm here with the crew of the Nostromo. It is episode 45. Number very familiar to Neil. Anyway, let's begin.
4 years ago?
Yeah, let's begin. Johnny, can you tell me what happened last time on the Dungeons and Dragons?
I mean, I can, but it'll cost you. Last time aboard the Nostromo, we continued sailing / flying back to the town of Freeport to collect on our reward for dropping off the baronets. And while there, engaged in a little bit of fun there, Decadic ran into his sister. That was a fun little reunion. Oh yes, and before then, Smoot learned, I don't know if the rest of the crew knows, that he has a price on his head. That's fun.
Yeah, from somebody I have no idea who it is.
Mm-hmm. Sucks, doesn't it? Anyway. And from there, we decided to continue sailing on to one of the ports in Feralis. Well, specifically, Decadic learned a little bit from his sister about the unrest happening over eastwards with something happening with the Summer King, and people not really sure what's going on, but that Feralis is in security lockdown are starting to go there, and lots of Majocracy ships are flying over there too. So we decided to head to the nearest port we could while we could still make landing in Feralis before they completely seal up, to both drop off our halfling passengers and also maybe figure out what the hell is going on over there. And oh yes, and right before we got there, the captain got a bear trap in his gut from some crazy person who tried to get aboard the ship. That was fun. And I believe that's pretty much where we left off, just about to arrive in the city of Hair Valley. Corey, who's our sponsor tonight?
This week's sponsor is the City of London, capital of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, also known as the Big Smoke. Home to over 300 languages spoken, numerous monuments, and sightseeing opportunities. Also home to the Queen of said country of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland and head of the Commonwealth of Nations. That is London, the sponsor for this week. Over to you, Tony.
Now, is that London, Corey, or the actual city of London within London?
London, the big one, not the city of.
Okay.
Thank you for clarifying, though.
Yes, that's important to clarify. Not many people know there's a London inside London.
Yes.
Your dog, I hear you like London and you're London, so I've got you some London for your London and your London.
Okay. So we left off, you guys were going to the port town of Fair Valley, in the Port Valley within the country of Feralis, which is a human country. Primarily it is an empire, which means it has an emperor, which means normally it's ran a little bit differently, a little less rights than you'd have in a kingdom, right? But basically ran kind of the same. All right. Is there anything you guys wanted to know before? In general, actually, good one. Corey, you definitely get a roll because you're a bard. Who else has history? Neil.
I have history.
Tom, you have history? You guys are allowed to make rolls to know things about Feralis.
I have history also.
You also get a roll, so everyone go ahead and roll on the roll room, and I'll let you know what you know.
I have it as a bard, so will that change my DC?
You get a roll no matter what. It's just your DC is one higher.
That's okay, I thought so.
But you have a +2, so technically it's like you're one less than everyone else. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
But as a bard, you always get a knowledge roll on something.
Nice.
So. Okay, Zorksan, Jesus Christ. Scarlet.
Hang on.
That's pretty good. Decadic. Ooh, boy.
Yep.
My
Oh,
character
my.
sheet disappeared. Hang on.
Oh, we know things about Forellis.
Okay. Zorksen, you get 5 questions. Decadic, you get 5 questions.
Yeah.
Scarlet, you get 2 questions that you guys can ask me about Forellis. Mr. Smoot, this is so far away from you, you've never been to Forellis. At one point, you call it the wrong name.
What the fuck is a Forellis?
I mean, I
That's
had
the
that
thing.
once, it was terrible.
That's the thing that you use to grow plants up the side of a building. A Forellis.
No one correct.
Okay. Which makes sense. I mean, Forellis is probably the farthest country away from your own.
What's hilarious? I have a +5.
Yeah, you do.
Oof. You now to make it fair, your character has heard of Forellis, but you've never been there, right? Maybe some of the information you have is wrong, but you know what, Neil? I'll be nice. You have it trained. You get 1 question. One
This
question
is
about
where
Forellis.
Forellis wheels come from.
There we go. Okay, let's start around. Corey, you're up. John, you're on deck. Then Tom, then Neil. So Corey,
Okay.
ask me 2 questions.
First question is, I'm gonna kind of go with because we're criminal pirate people, and that's my background as well. I'm gonna go with, as far as like, how does the Empire Forellis view piracy? Do they like, in the sense of, do they crack down on it pretty hard?
Pretty hard. Well, actually, yes and no.
Okay.
There is legal piracy in Forellis. You need to have basically a privateer's permit,
Okay.
and then you're fine. You just don't get caught ever attacking Forellian ships. Kind of like England accepted piracy, accepted pirates.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So it's kind of the same thing. Commonly, though, it just depends. Ninadron, for example, the nation of Ninadron is constantly having issues with them, but they have Ninadron ships come in all the time with slaves, and they don't have a problem with that.
Okay. And then my follow-up question would be then, how would we get a legal right to become a privateer like that?
You have to get one in Rynre.
Okay, cool.
Specifically, you can only get them from Rynre, which is the capital, but there's a reason for that. The money.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Johnny, you get 5 questions.
Oh boy, it's a lot. Question 1: what's the relationship between the Empire Forellis and the Summer Court? Because the Summer Court is within its borders, right? Is that like a mutually beneficial thing, or does one rule the other?
It's mutually beneficial. They turn the other cheek about the entire issue. Now, since you rolled so high, Forellis would absolutely love to have rulership of the Little Adan Woods again. Right? There are factions within Forellis that want it heavily. It's a large chunk of the country, and they want to unify. The problem is the Summer King essentially has nukes. So everyone goes, okay, all right. You own this for now, because we literally fear you. None of them have ownership over the other. It's considered a country within a country.
Okay.
Like if the Pope had nukes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, so think of it like
Vatican
Italy,
City.
except the Pope has nukes. And he's used them.
All right.
So that's 1.
Bring me Fanta or I nuke the city.
Wanta Fanta. Nice, man. That's...
You guys rolled really
Interesting.
well. So
I know. I almost got more. I mean, if
if
anyone else
you
has...
can't
the-
think of any, we can just come back around to you.
Yeah.
Do that.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Tom, go ahead. What do you got?
You're muted, Tom.
Okay, so what's the current government situation. Who's leading? What's going on there?
Oh, okay. Who leads Forellis?
The general power structure.
General power structure is the current ruler is King Quintilius the Bald. He is 49 years old. His house is House Breton, which has ruled Forellis for quite a few generations. It has changed hands over time, but that's because it's an empire. So basically every few generations they war with each other and reunify. Right? So they're actually, if you really break it down, it's basically broken into several segmented countries that are unified under an emperor.
Germany.
Yeah. So the houses are House Alphys, House Batam, which is the current ruling house, House Gramaris, House Kelos, House Kelvar, and House Nautilus. House Quivar is the house you just helped, whose child is Baronet Prince.
What's which house?
House
Caviar?
Caviar, because you guys rescued House Priscia Caviar.
I'm sorry. She loves caviar. That was one of the things she wanted.
I just generated the name. It's generated from a program. That's a
They
thing.
spell it differently.
Yes.
All right.
My Lord Duke of Cheeto is presenting himself.
So you can ask more questions. You get more specific if you want to.
What's the relationship with the Magocracy / if they think maybe for some reason we're not actually Magocracy, are they going to go out of their way to tell them or anything like that with our ship?
And you rolled the highest, so I'll give you something special with this one. The relationship with the Magocracy is generally good. There's a couple stains on it, and specifically one of the stains you learned about was that Viscount Chauncey Nickelcloud was prior from the Magocracy of Carthal and defected to Forellis, bringing with it many magical secrets. And he still has a bounty on his head. But in general, it's kind of like Britain and the United States around the late 1800s, right? They got along for reasons, but they generally they're separate countries. They trade, but they had issues. All right, that's 2.
Okay.
Hey, Matt.
Hey,
Oh, gentlemen.
Matt,
Hello.
if you have knowledge history, you can roll a history check.
I do think I do.
Okay, Tom, keep going.
Is there any specific countries that they do dislike more than others? I mean, there's the Summer King, of course. They have, I'm sure, a problem with. But besides that,
there is the Empire of the Grigaldonian Empire to its direct south. They have a Cold War against, and there are constant skirmishes across the border. The Empire of Grigaldon, they are constantly having fights with, but that's normally in the neutral lands between the two countries. Outside of them, I would say their next closest rival, who they have fought with, would probably be Volcanium and Nidodron. Specifically, Nidodron first, Volcanium second, just because it's geographically farther away. But occasionally their ships do have fights with commonly the Ice Giant Raiders. Not many interactions with Quixava, but Quixava is more of an isolationist country, and Quixava is known more to operate off the Sea of Thebes and the parts of the Azure Sea, commonly with Burn.
yeah, makes sense where they are.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, God.
Oh boy. Oh, Johnny.
It's going crazy.
Yeah, your mic's going nuts. It's like a scratching. I can't hear it now.
Typing on
Can't
my
hear him.
laptop.
Oh, now we can't hear you.
There's like pieces.
Nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, Tom, keep going. You got
First
3
syllable
down.
sounds like.
All right. Are there any prevailing social issues in the country? Like, are certain races specifically looked down upon, that sort of thing?
Hobgoblin, Orc.
Right, being Gregorian, okay.
Definitely like that. Xavians might have issues because they are so alien. Those ones in specific. It is a human derived society, and they are fairly racist, and slavery is a thing.
Okay. Cool. How about religion around there? Anyone more popular than the rest in
religion. This would be the human pantheon. Currently, chief deity is. Let me make sure I'm not looking at it wrong. No, I am not. Chief deity is Ron, god of magic. Ka, goddess of the forests. Kildeth, god of time and youth. Likadal. So those are the 2 major deities: is Ka and Ron. The other deities is Kindleth, god of time and youth. Ildol. Oh my God. Adokal, goddess of war, summer, and gambling. And Batan, god of storms. Neil knows that guy. And Rynre, goddess of the sea. And recently, Marika, god of trade. Goddess of trade. She seems familiar in your brain, but you're not sure where.
America?
Marika, yeah.
America?
Yeah, Marika. She just seems so, it's like, God, I swear I've ran into that god. Like a temple.
I thought that's what the brother worshipped in...
Freedom!
No.
in
Oh, yeah, no, he
the
did.
monk that we sold our
Yeah.
ship to.
So you do know it from there. But you feel like you know it from somewhere else, but you just can't quite place it. Anyway.
For some reason, I didn't like that guy. I'm not sure why.
That's 5. Yeah, Marika. She's a cunt, right?
Okay.
Okay. So, Neil, you got 1.
Who are some of the big nobles?
Big nobles. All right. I will give you the big nobles. So the big head honchos outside of obviously the king and his royal family. So big nobles would be Countess Drusilla, right? She is the head of House Alphys, right? There would be Count Sextilis, right, of House Gramus. He's fairly powerful. He's married to Countess Lunia. There is, of course, Countess Sinella, right? She is the head of House Gramus. There is Countess Lunia of Celos, who is, by the way, married to... Oh, fuck my house. Give me a second here. She's married to somebody. Oh, God. I said Countess Lunia. Countess Lunia is head of House Celos. House Gramus is married to Countess Selena. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me start at the top. House Alphys, which rules the northern area, is ruled by Countess Drusilla and married to Count Veslepine. I'm going to copy and paste it to you. I'm just going to copy. I can't read these names. But, pretty much with that one, I'm going to give you the entirety of the Royal Order.
Oh.
There you go. These are the big guys.
Damn.
And I give you their general power rating. Right? How powerful they are. Okay. Next. Johnny. What do you got?
Second question. since we already asked about the relationship with the Magiocracy of Carthal, what about the relationship with Varissia? Do they have friendly terms with them?
Generally friendly terms, less friendly than the Kingdom of Astaria. Piracy is fairly far away and separated by the Magiocracy of Thay, and generally Ferellian ships have trouble getting past Nidadrorian sea space, right? So there are relations, but they're not very strong, right? They know them mainly as the other great elven kingdom that still exists, with the Flying City.
Okay. So I guess for my third question, would they know Dekidic's father's reputation, at least? Would that hold any clout here, or are they far enough away that they wouldn't necessarily know him?
Your father's reputation generally holds up everywhere. Your father is fairly well known as feared, right? If there's a guy you don't want to meet in a fight, it's the Red Razor.
Okay.
But there's not that many 20th level fighters in the world, so, you know.
Yeah, it's an exclusive club.
Yeah.
Question 4. What sort of imports does Feralis like to trade in? If we wanted to do any supply runs or future jobs, what would they maybe cash up money for if we were to say bring some back to trade?
Right. Let me take a look. Right. Let me look at their imports and exports. Famous imports is cloth, clothing, generally exotic venisons. Oh God, there's
Slaves.
Slavery. Feldspar, which is a type of iron, right? It's a flexible type of iron, and generally sheep fleece and grease. And salt is fairly well looked for. Common exports is alfalfa, clay, sand, steel, and tin, right? They have a lot of mines here that run deep, and they have a lot of wood as well, right? They have good wood export. They're famous for circuses, fencing, festivals, intelligence, know-it-alls, and wagons.
So if your wagon breaks down, they're like, well, there's your problem right there. Yeah, you should have got that looked at a while ago.
They are infamous for armor, arrows, friendliness, shields, and treaties. They're infamous because of these. They've broken treaties. There was a shield scandal some years ago where shields were made with inferior metals and woods, as well as their armor and arrows. They have reportedly broken down that guild, but they're still infamous for it. Or basically shitty metal and bad armor for a while, and which hurts their raw metal exports. And friendliness, just because they're generally known to smile at everyone, but be racist as shit. There you go.
All right. So, last question then. Related to that, I don't remember if you mentioned this before, what races do they like and don't like? Are they cool with elves, halflings?
They're generally okay with full-blooded elves and humans. They don't like half-breeds. They don't like the mixing of the races. They're definitely not cool with hobgoblins or orcs.
So we're going to keep the cook on the ship inside.
Okay,
right.
I think that's 5, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Does a halfling count as a half-breed?
No.
Half of a half breed. So you're
No. Halflings are their own race.
Okay. I just wanted to double check.
They're fairly
Unless you're
known,
breed.
but halflings are kind of exotic because most halflings are from one area, right?
Yeah.
Near the Ogre Vale, which is... And Tortistra, they sided with them. They are the most southern...
They're really close to the Free States.
Valadon.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Halflings are
Can't
half-side, half-breeds, which means it takes 4 of them in a trench coat to make a whole person.
That's right. Matt,
Basically, we just can't call you the other H word because of legal reasons.
that's right.
Yeah.
Matt, what did you get on your history check?
I rolled a 15.
15, you get 2 questions.
Okay. About Tortistra? Or not Tortistra, sorry.
The Exalted
Forellis.
Empire of Forellis.
Okay.
That was one of your questions.
Yeah.
Really? Well, there's the
Where
other.
are we?
You can ask anything. You can make it very specific. You can ask it about a town. You can ask about Forellis. Just anything.
Is there any legendary creatures in the region?
Outside of the Summer King in his forest, there are, yes. There are a few legendary creatures that are running about. There's known as the Great Rock of the North, right, which is a gargantuan beast. It's known to awaken every couple of years and feast upon livestock. Another legendary creature, I suppose, within Ferellian myth, or at least known in Forellis, would probably be the Kraken of the Sea of Desna. It's known to prowl the Sea of Desna and occasionally take ships, but that's more of a Netadrorian matter. It doesn't seem to go after Ferellian ships. Netadrorian ships in specific. It's rumored that the Kraken has a deal with the royal line.
Royal Line pays off its gambling habits, and it eats ships.
There you go.
What does he gamble on?
That
There's our
is an
debt
excellent
paid.
question.
Good luck on your voyage back home. Okay, get it now. Get our money back.
Insurance fraud.
He bets on the ponies, of course.
Yeah.
One more question. You got anything? Legendary monuments, locations. What you got?
Are there any places of power?
Places of power. There are a few. Since you rolled low, but you are in Fair Valley, I'll give you one.
Okay.
Fair Valley is legendarily known for its elven ruins. Fair Valley was built outside of ancient elven ruins.
Is it Fair Valley?
Yes, Fair Valley.
Okay.
That's the port town you're currently in. The port town of Fair Valley was built out of some ancient elven ruins. One, because it was a great location, but it was also built on top of an ancient elven harbor. This used to be an elven kingdom until basically the humans overtook the land and killed all the elves. They were never really able to take the town, the town proper, or the city proper, in which it is built outside of, specifically because it said there's monsters. Steel monsters that roam the city and kill any inhabitants that come inside. Adventurers are known to prowl the area for loot amongst the ruins, but the most attractive part of it, and it's visible from Fair Valley, is there is a great tower that rises in the sky. At its tip, there is a glowing orb, in which is constantly struck by lightning. There is a non-stop lightning storm that hovers about this great elven city that constantly has lightning strikes strike the ground. A long time ago, Forellis was known to try to send an army to clear it out, but the army was decimated by lightning strikes.
Okay.
So generally, it's left alone. It's more of something that's in the distance. It's about a mile away from the town proper.
The army would have been safe if they had been ground troops.
Oh.
Kill Neil.
That was really cool. That was good.
It was good. It was good. I like it. All right. So you guys have your lore. I'm going to take a break real quick, like 2 minutes, and we will begin. Because I believe you guys have landed way off in the distance. You've sailed in.
Yeah.
Right?
Coming on water.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we're going to pick off. Pick up. Jesus. All right.
I kind of waiting for him to say, yes, there are 5 legendary creatures, and they're all Tom Bombadil.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Wait, I've got the songs.
God, shoot me. I'm Tom Bombadil.
Guys, I know I've done a lot of side quests. I read a strategy guide, and this is where one of our ultimate weapons is hidden. It's in that tower over there. We should totally check it out.
Johnny has the strategy guide. Funny enough, he's the only one that survives. I told him.
Strategy
I
is let
tried
everybody
to.
else go first.
See, the trick is the final boss is undead, so you just cast Resurrect on him and kill him in one hit.
He comes back to life, and then you can kill him. Matt, when'd you get internet?
Like 5 o'clock. I got power this morning, and then internet at 5 o'clock.
Jeez.
I'm glad that there's some normalcy now. Like,
How long were you without power?
since Monday at like 11.
Jeez.
So
I was out of it for just a day. I can't imagine most of a week.
I know the last, let's see, was it 2 nights ago? It was so hot in the house because it was kind of hot that day, and it was like 80 degrees in the house,
Jeez.
and opening windows did nothing.
Of course.
That was the really humid night, wasn't it?
Yeah. Part of me just debated on going out and sleeping in my car and just rolling down the windows.
Probably would have been better, yeah.
Yeah. But
God.
I'm surprised at the damage. Like, I drove around Altoona a little bit, and there's a lot of really big trees that went down.
Yeah.
I saw your tree, Neil.
Oh, yeah. That was just a branch.
That was a
really?
branch?
Yeah, that wasn't the whole tree.
Crap.
That was like maybe a quarter of it.
Jeez, Pete.
Yeah, and now the tree leans because it's missing a huge part of it.
Counterweight's gone.
Pretty much. I'm kind of waiting for the next windstorm and it comes down. Luckily, it'll go the other way, so it won't hit the building.
Famous last words.
Yeah. Oh, my parents'
Anything in
house.
its line of fire?
We're on the ground floor, so it won't hit us. But my parents'
last
house,
word.
they live north of Marion,
Uh-huh.
and there's trees lining the property, and they're all down.
Oh.
Like, probably 30, 40 trees. And they're just devastated.
Do they have power yet?
Yes.
Good. I know that was one of the things that they were saying over by Cedar Rapids and Marion, that it might be a couple of weeks.
I know.
Some of the underground lines were ripped up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, at some point, an underground line's attached to a pole, right?
Oh.
And if that pole goes and the line doesn't break,
Okay.
it owns the rest of the line.
Wow. I wouldn't have really thought about that.
Neither would I, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the packages you get from Amazon where you just kind of rip. Kind of like that.
All right, guys, I have returned. All right.
Put the porn away. Okay.
What do you mean? It enhances the game.
Oh, God.
50 Shades
It
of
was in
Forellis.
character.
There go our sponsors again.
Woohoo!
Okay, let's get to, you guys are now in Fair Valley, so let me pull up Fair Valley, the town. All right. You guys
Oh, I
pull
thought
up
you were about to say Hidden
you guys pull up to Fair Valley.
It's the ranch.
The harbor town of Fair Valley sits in the shadow of a large ruined elven city, and at its center lays a large tower that at its top a glowing orb which is constantly struck by lightning from the storm, clouds that persistently cover the city, blah 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 blah, and is known. It is known for the town is known for its patriotism, and the city is ruled. Blah blah blah. You guys don't know that, okay?
By MAGA.
So, as you guys pull in, it is a harbor town. It generally has about 15 dock slots. There are, I'm going to say, 1d12 of them full at this time. Dice roller, blang, 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 blang. There are 4 ships currently in the harbor. Most of them are Ferellian. One is Nidadrorian. So, you guys, I assume, pull into the harbor?
Yep.
Right? Okay. You guys pull in the harbor. Same thing as every other time. They throw ropes. They kind of pull you into the dock. As they do, they lower a plank, and a human male with a multicolored shawl showing that he is the harbor master calls out to you, and he says, "Hail! Who is it that enters the dock? And may I come aboard to collect the fees?"
Yes. Captain, hold on 1 second. Before that, out of character, we got papers at the last place, right? At
Yeah.
Freeport?
Yeah, you guys you guys have forged,
I mean, do we want to pose specifically as Magocracy, or... Well, I guess we don't look like a flying ship unless they recognize the ruins here now.
They may or may not.
Yeah, so.
Let me
I
know wherever you
mean,
guys
might
are.
as well use the papers if we have them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we sail in with our Magocracy flag up then?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so we'll come in. If that's the case, then I'm going to be using my Lord's Ensemble to appear as a captain of one of these types of ships then.
Okay, you attune to and equip the Mage's Ensemble. What do you look like?
Basically, I'm using the same outfit I had before back in Rokugan after I'd spoken to Uther. I'm trying to appear to be that same person.
Okay, so you just look like your basic Cartholian captain, right?
Yeah,
Big
exactly.
hat, looks kind of wizardry, You basically kind of look like a human wizard, right? With some maybe like some mage markings and some like some rank, right? Because at that point you have somebody who was a part of the military that can dictate what the symbol should look like for a captain. Okay. Yeah. Once again, the man steps on deck and he says, "I am Master Ricardis. What is your ship, and are you here for trade?"
I'm Captain Zorksan here of the Nostromo, and we come bearing refugees as well as hopefully doing some trade.
Refugees.
Well, not refugees. I'm sorry, travelers. Passengers.
The passenger ship, yeah? That is perfectly fine. Nostromo dropping off passengers. I'll have to see the paperwork for the passengers as they exit the ship. Alright, how many days?
How many what?
Days. Days? Yes. My apologies, give me a moment. He starts speaking in a Cartholian to you. How many days, good sir? Is a British accent.
We'll go with 3 days for now.
3 days. Perfectly fine, sir. Right. 3 days. That will be. Let me check the exchange rate. Normally it's 50 copper a day. You are Catholian passenger ship. It's actually 45 copper a day. So that will be. He'll pull out a magical calculator.
Magical abacus.
That's right, magical abacus.
Commons one.
There will be 135 copper for your docking fee. Do you need any repairs, sir?
I'll give him the copper. No, we will handle the repairs ourselves. We have a capable crew for that.
Perfectly fine. Anyway, that'll be 50 copper for repairing your ship in our harbor.
And for not repairing the ship in your harbor.
Oh, then we wouldn't charge you. But if I see someone pull out wood and start hammering and dropping wood chips in our harbor, I will charge you, sir. Double. It's a pollution fee.
Yeah.
Out of character, I'm pretty sure our ship's full health right now. We haven't been anything for a while, isn't it?
Yeah, the ship's perfectly fine.
Yeah, okay. All right, so...
Rutherford starts whittling
Yeah,
something
it'll
up
be
the
fine,
deck.
then.
It's like, wood shavings, wood shavings!
God damn it, you
Pay that
son
fee
of a bitch!
himself, damn it.
You owe me $100.
Everybody shit over the side.
And littering fees all over the city.
Basically,
So is this a really clean-looking city and harbor?
actually, yeah, it does look fairly clean.
It's like Singapore.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it. There is a town inside. It does look like a fair-sized town. You would guess the population is maybe about 5,000 here, maybe a little bit more.
I'm putting my food in. Be right back.
Okay. Anyway, he's collected your money. They'll walk off the side. He will collect the paperwork for all the halflings. There's no issue with any of them. And you guys basically have free reign. There are a couple laws in the town. Obviously, no hobgoblins. That's a pretty stringent law. And there is a law against orcs or half-orcs being out past curfew.
Mm.
And any orcs or half-orcs that are seen on the streets have to wear a blue star on their right shoulder to show that they are approved to be in the city. But kind of matches up with you guys understand this town does border Griggledon, and there are skirmishes. Outside of that, there is a town. What do you guys want to do there? I'll let you guys know. There is a tavern. There is a blacksmith shop. Specifically, you have to find out with what the blacksmith shop specializes in. There is an alchemist shop. There is... What kind of place is this? There is a magic shop. And there is a general shop in the harbor town.
So if I were looking for magical weapons, where would I go?
Probably the blacksmith shop or the magic shop would probably be your best guess.
Okay.
Since we are talking about shops, did we ever figure out or did we ever separate out our loot from last time?
Yeah, I posted that in the group chat last time.
Okay. I don't know if I saw that or not.
Yeah, it should still be in the group there. I divvied up the amounts we each got.
Okay.
And the note, I think I updated the notes on the group documents, so that for the future, if we need to know which shares and how many.
Thank you. I had not seen that.
Which makes, that reminds me, whenever I make that thing, I'll make a calculator for you guys so you guys can just punch in the gold and it'll tell you how many shares each person gets. Probably simplifies stuff. Alright, so you guys are in a town. Tom, by the way, I just let you guys know areas in the town.
Okay.
There is a tavern. There is a blacksmith shop. There's an alchemist shop. There is a general store, and then there is a magic shop in this town.
Oh,
Okay.
before we go into town, I would like to talk to the captain, please, privately.
Okay, we'll go to my room.
Fade to black.
Captain.
I didn't consent to this yet.
I got Neil finally. Yes.
Was not expecting that.
Don't choke Neil. I can't take that. Or drown him. I'm not sure if that's more accurate.
Captain, on the course of our voyage over here, we had a small medical emergency with the passengers. Unfortunately, the result of this was the preservation of the life of the mother, but the death of her baby. Now, following the death of the baby, it then took on qualities that were quite unusual. It had glowing red eyes, and being dead, it came back to life and proceeded to try to stalk me. I then had it killed.
The baby.
The baby, yes. I then killed the baby and then had the body burned aboard the ship. The mother is still recovering. I don't know if she will ever be well in the head. But I thought you should also know that I believe this may have something to do with mutual hatred. I have been having visions and dreams of a large black dog with red eyes. And I think they were somehow involved in me making this choice with this halfling mother and her dead child.
Seems he's testing you.
Have
you visited him personally yet?
I have not, and that's why I came to you to seek your advice, since you were the one who brought me into the fold. I just wanted to see what you would recommend.
Moving forward, you should just keep doing what you're doing for now. But that was clearly a test, and for what it's worth, I think you did the logical thing.
I hope so, Captain. I think it will stick with me for a while.
But if you do ever make it to his tower, would you let me know?
I will. Thank you, Captain.
Should you need assistance in something, please do come to me.
Yeah, I will. I just wanted to let you know before you tell the rest of the crew what has happened.
Did you want to tell them?
Oh, I was gonna say if you wanted to, you can. I'm fine with telling them now, but
sounds like the matter's resolved.
Oh, thank you very much, Captain. Good.
Well, shall we get rid of the rest of these passengers then and check out this spare town?
You didn't want to all right then.
Scarlet?
Scarlet will put her clothes back on.
More of a night thing. Hey, now there's plenty of sun out. I don't need the warmth.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he only wants to do it when the lights are off. Are you going to take that, Corey?
Not when the lights are off, when the sun is out. There's a difference. There's nothing wrong with lanterns.
Go to Decadic, like, he wouldn't let me sleep
It's like, there.
You and your shitty timing.
At least I have some timing.
Okay, so you guys are out in the town of Fair Valley. Is there anything you guys want to accomplish while you're here, or modus operandi? Where do you guys want to go? I got a map of the world. You guys let me know what you want to do.
Is there anything we do want to do here? I mean, we dropped off these guys, and we were going to, check out about the Summer King, see if we can find anything, hear anything, get closer to there?
Yeah, it might be worth it to go to the tavern just to get some local scuttlebutt to figure out what exactly is happening with that whole thing, if anybody knows.
Yeah, I like that. Do we want to pick up any extra jobs, too?
We could look to see what's around.
Yeah, at least look to see if there's something, yeah.
If there's anything, that delivers something to the other side of the sea we're going that way, might as well see.
Because as long as we're over here, we should probably talk to him first, or try to, right?
Because we have a letter, don't we?
We at least have a message. I don't know if it was a
Message,
letter.
that's right. I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go to the tavern then. All right, and you guys go to the tavern. The tavern is called Tim's. It is in a small alley. The street outside has a weird smell and is recently paved with worn brick.
You buy Tim's here.
As you walk inside, the tavern is concrete, sprawling single-story building with a brown tile roof and a big brick chimney. A small dragon skull hangs over the hearth. It contains a number of pots and miscellaneous supplies hanging from the ceiling, and a large collection of alcohol behind the bar from all over the world. Sitting behind the bar currently only has two patrons there, a human female and a human male, sitting together at a table, having basically drinks and appear to be on a date. There is a human, says male, generator told me female. I'm confused. I'm going to go with lady. A human female. Wait, never mind. Wait a minute.
They could be non-binary. They don't have to be one or the other.
He gives me a different name.
There are some who call them Tim.
I'm gonna go with female. It's giving me a different name, but it's female. It's the same female every time. A woman with a warm, jovial air about her wears an entirely tan suit with brown socks and a vest with buckled shoes. Her name is Tim Feeney. Her hair is auburn and very short. She is missing an eye, and her face is severely sunburned. Her once remaining eye shines amber with its fake eye in. Let me read up her roleplay. Okay. All right. So as she's spitting into a glass, shining it, she says, well, she's 34. Well, how sorry, she's frozen. How are you doing, huh? It is wonderful to see a group of travelers. Normally I do not get this many patrons coming in, except during dinner. This is pre-dinner. How can I serve you? My name is Tim Feeney. I, of course, own this establishment, Tim. Chefs, seats. Give them seats. A couple waitresses kind of go out, and they kind of put some tables together for you guys. And she says, are you hungry? Are you thirsty? If you have a thirst, I have a mighty collection behind me. Today's specials is I have a chocolate sandwich with oat bread and a glass of brandy. I have meatball burger with nutmeg and leek and exotic coffees from Kosovo. And of course, I have octopus casserole and peaches with a glass of brandy as well. The brandy is a story, elven brandy. This is a very exotic group. You all look like you're from different places.
Yes, our ship just pulled into port just an hour or so ago.
No, I mean, yes. All of you look like you're from someplace else. It's very unusual for a ship.
Just different people traveling in the same direction on the same ship. Doesn't mean we can't be from different places when we stop.
Oh, very good, huh? Anyways, I am here to fill your bellies and fill your minds with joy. Bards, play something less shitty. A bard starts playing something.
Down, down, digga da dum, down, digga digga dum.
Jeez. Anyway, so she's here. She's read off the thing. There is a bounty board off to the side.
Does she have two eyes and one is, or does she only have one?
She has one eye. The other eye is an insert. It's amber.
Do I recognize anything familiar about that eye?
Yes, you do.
No,
It is
really?
very familiar to the eye you have.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
No,
not my eyes.
Not your eyes, but
The eye that I gave that finger to.
Yes.
I gave the finger to the lady and she took her eye out.
She took her eye out. Yes, she has a very familiar eye. The one you have, I think, is a sapphire. This one's an amber, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
kind of mom.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Can I give her a finger?
Well, sailor.
You can ask her.
Scarlet steps forward and goes, ma.
I'm gonna need to be a lot more drunk.
Oh, a halfling, huh? I have not seen some of you around. You have to be so tall to ride. Anyway, how are the rest of you going?
Very good. We're just looking for some refreshments and also potentially some news on our way. On the sea, we saw a great light on the horizon that we heard might have been the Summer King himself. Would you have heard anything about that?
To the north. There was a great light to the north, in the direction of the Illidan Woods. I have had travelers come south, and around the sides. Roll a persuasion check to see how much you can coax information out of her.
Okay.
Can I assist him?
Yeah, you can. How do you assist?
Let's go ahead and do kind of like a. I don't know.
Cop and cop.
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of like I'll give her a look like, hey, help us out here. We won't cause you trouble if you help us, kind of deal. Just that vibe.
A nice little halfling lady.
Okay. All right, noted. I'll give you advantage. But,
All right, good. Boom, boom. Yeah, both of those were pretty bad. I think I'll use important to make it slightly better. To say that I rolled a 16 for a total of 17.
Yeah, don't make me shit in your shoes. 16. Okay. Of course. Well, obviously it was from the north. From the Illidan Woods. There was ships that came south. They said, and they were in Rynre. We know it's Illidan Woods because they were in Rynre, and the flash was south of them, right? Directly in the direction. Recently, I have heard word that a great army has established itself around the Illidan Woods. There are griffin riders all around, patrols of them everywhere. It is said also that a great mountain has sprouted out of the Illidan Woods and it is visible, where there was never a mountain range before, surrounding the Illidan Woods, to its north and its south. I have heard of a rumor that there is a great gate to the east and the south that just appeared out of nowhere. Specifically, there were some wood traders out of the village of Woodsons that mentions that there were many murders of people sprawled out, skin missing, covered in milk chocolate. I don't know why. Anyway, After this, the woodsmen went east, thinking that it was the Summer King's court, but there were dryads who were fleeing from there. They were saying that they were running from a great evil that has besieged the land. Anyway, that's about what I heard. So something is happening in the Illidan Woods, mountains springing out of nowhere, walls and great gates of ominous potential. But that is about what I know. I have attempted to take a look myself, but was unsuccessful, which is interesting, almost as if my sight is blocked. I have connections, I have ways, I have an eye for these kinds of things.
Interesting.
Did you say covered in chocolate?
Milk chocolate, I'm not really sure. It seemed like madness. Anyway, the Hicks from Woodsons, I mean, who really knows? They get spooked.
Damn Swiss.
Yes. I don't know how much I believe, but the Great Light, it reminds me of stories 70 years ago.
Indeed, we were quite far out at sea, and even we were able to see the light from that great a distance.
Oh, yeah. Greg is blind now. He can't see anything. His eyes were burned out. He was on watch that night. He looked right at it.
My eyes!
Just like that picture of Trump going, up at the eclipse.
God.
And you say you normally have the ability to see or scry into the city, and yet now you're not able to. Your sight is blocked.
I am not a wizard, but I have an eye. I can see beyond. It's a magical item I got many years ago from a mage who owed me a lot of money, and honestly I didn't have an eye here. Anyways, I have an ex-husband. It wasn't well. Honestly, he was hanged.
Strom, are you the ex-husband?
But we don't know about Strom's eye, I don't think.
Oh, do we?
I don't know.
That's a good point. Actually, I don't think I said anything about it.
Okay,
Right.
never mind.
Alex is just looking at it just out of morbid curiosity, like, oh, that is
Strom, you didn't
yes.
tell me about your eye, but I'm not going to say that thing I just said.
So you did actually gouge it out and put the new one in, right?
I haven't put it in yet.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
You get this one, you take out both your eyes. Boom.
But-
That means you
third
find
one.
It's
swords.
one, but you can use
Forehead.
it twice. Jeez, terrible. Anyway, go on.
Well, we are interested in these events transpiring in the woods up north. Tell me, this is our first time our crew's landed in Paralis. Who is the ruling body here? Would we be able to inquire with them about the local goings-ons?
Just gonna look around.
Ah,
Anyway, there is a council of unknown elders who advise the city guard.
unknown elders? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we, of course, are under purview, under house. Give me a second. Tony has to look at his OneNote. I'm going to say House Alphys, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me see who rules the southern regions of the Exalted Empire.
Mr. Crivens.
Maybe Alphys. It's going to take a while to pull up. Oh, yeah. Exalted Empire Kingdom. Oh boy. Come on. Come on. Clicking on Kingdom. Clicking on Kingdom. Yes, House Alphys. We are, of course, under purview under House Alphys. But there is generally a select few elders who control the city guard. I am not one of them. And if I was, I would not tell you. Any other questions? Currently, you have not patronized me yet.
Yes, we'll, I think some of us will order some food. Decadic will order none of the dishes. Sounded very vegan, so I guess he'll go with, I don't know, the octopus ball casserole or whatever.
There's one of them. There's a chocolate sandwich with oat bread.
A chocolate sandwich?
Oh yeah.
Like
Welcome to Feralis. Anyways, ignore the gold. It's copper pieces. So where it says silver pieces, it's just like it's 5 copper pieces for the chocolate sandwich.
Okay, then yeah, Decadic will order a chocolate sandwich along with a glass of water to go with the brandy.
Okay, yeah, she'll send somebody out back to like the horse trough and get you some water.
Madam, I would like to order the meatball burger with the nutmeg leaking coffee, and then I'd also like to order 2 glasses of brandy and 1 sliced peach.
Yeah, of course. We do have halfling brandy here. I will have it brought to you.
Tortistrian or Beryllium?
Halfling, so be Tortistran.
That's a very small glass.
You're from Berelia?
I
Shot
am
glass,
a
that's
proud
normal.
citizen of the Confederacy, yes.
Oh. I mean, it's fine. It's a far-off country.
Yes, it is, geographically speaking.
I didn't know they had halflings there, though. Okay.
It's a 50-50 place.
Okay.
You have a 50% chance of being half size.
Are in a 50-50 place.
Half the population is halfling. I don't know. I can't
Half the
remember.
population
Other
is
half.
half the size of the other half.
Roll a deception check against the rest of the party.
Oh, yes, please. I want to. I either want to really pass this or really fail. Deception?
We're about to find out Scarlet's
That'd be funny if you roll really high. You guys ever go to Brilliant? Where's all the fucking halflings?
16.
Scarlet's a mimic.
You can roll to contest that against Insight if you'd like.
I'm just trying to tell her, it's like, hey, we can come from other places.
She's gonna believe you. She's Ferellian. They're not even close to Brilliant. She's like, yeah, sure, yeah.
Cool.
That's
I see
against
through
the rest of
your
the
bullshit.
Yeah.
Got 18, motherfucker.
I just assumed that Scarlet is full of shit.
That's fine.
It takes a high insight to see that she is telling the truth ever.
It's the opposite. I have to roll deception to see how honest I can be.
Anyway, feel free to order whatever you guys want. Just, you can put me in chat whatever you guys order if you order something. Liquor is 3 copper. Beer is 1 copper. Wine is 2 copper.
I'll take a meatball burger and octopus casserole.
Okay. So double food.
Oh, yeah.
Someone's planning to hibernate again.
I don't see a whole lot to do in this city. I should be fine to overeat a little.
Matt, what you got?
I'm going to get the meatball burger and the coffee.
Okay. All right. Neil?
Bottle of whiskey. Your best.
A whole bottle of whiskey, and you want the best whiskey she has. She has... Roll me a persuasion check. And it's a straight persuasion check because you're human. You don't suffer the disadvantage for it.
Okay. It is
10,000.
How about a 22?
Holy fuck. I will subtract the price a little bit. For only 45 copper, you get an entire bottle of Phoenix brandy from the far-off land of Rokugan.
No brandy. Whiskey.
Oh, sorry. Whiskey. Wait, fuck, it's whiskey. They don't do whiskey there. It would be...
The
the
Dwarven
best...
Kingdom.
Yeah, that would be Khazadunian. She has Khazadunian fire whiskey.
Perfect.
And
Just
that
like
will
college.
be I'll say 45. I already agreed on
I said
45.
this is quality.
Yeah, it's strong, but it's smooth, and then it hits you after.
Just like college.
It's called fire whiskey because when you burp, it actually you feel it on your tongue. You feel the hot breath. And it said if you light a match, your breath it goes up, kind of like it's ethanol.
Ever wondered what it's like to be a dragon?
Belching is for sissies.
There we go. All
Want to
right.
come out the other way?
Hold it in, and you can light those suckers.
And speaking of
Bring me
that,
a candle. I'll blow it out.
there are 3 prostitutes that do hang out around you guys.
Is that 4 total?
3 whole human prostitutes.
So 3.5. Okay, I got you.
How many of you have next of kin?
It's not official until Tony makes a crew card for a ship prostitute.
That's right. And
Mr.
honestly,
Prostitute.
Corey, you had a chance to join the union. You had a chance.
Courtesan? That's what we need.
You could have
I might
been
do that later.
That's a roll.
certified.
The officer ship courtesan?
See, Corey, did you ever flip over your doctor card and read what was written on the other side?
Oh dear God.
Okay.
says
Anyway,
please fill in.
do you guys want to know the current quests and rumors around this area, or what?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Check out the bounty board.
Yeah.
I'll use my criminal contacts part if I can.
Okay. Yeah. If you want, I can get back to you on that one.
Yeah, thank you.
That'll give you 1 extra. There is a guild society called the Pyramid of Providence. It is hiring a group of adventurers to capture a shadeling for study. The pyramid gives a shadeling for study. A shadeling is generally a type of ghost, and the shadeling would be from the elven ruins outside of town. They say they have a container to put it in.
Ooh.
So it's a pyramid group, right?
Yeah, the Pyramid of Providence is what the Merchant Guild is known as.
So you hire people underneath you, and you get a cut of what they make.
Now,
A multi-level scheme, right?
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I can't do that one. Okay. There is a cleric which is trying to build a temple outside of town. The problem is that they believe that there are hill giants in the woods outside of town, and they kind of want them cleared out so they can build the temple there. They can't build the temple inside of the town proper because it is a god to one of the non-human gods. It is a god to the Western Elven patrons. It is a god to Elandil. Elandil is the goddess of the earth and fertility. That's an elven god to the western land, so that would be more... western would be more towards the kingdom of Astaria. It's not a Varisian elven patron. Actually, it's one of the Astarian elven patrons. So the elven Patreons are basically split between 2 different, right? You have the eastern and you have the western elven gods, which there used to be a lot of elves and now there's less. The final one is the phone's getting blown up. Who is it?
It's
Quick
everybody.
messenger.
It's Messenger. Okay.
It's silliness.
Matt said at some point he'll be home on.
The next one is okay. Basically, there is a group called the Imperial Inquisitors. They are looking for PCs to deal with what they say is cultists and murderers for a reclusive but sanctioned job.
Sounds right up our alley. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, excuse me.
Okay. One more. That is for... Corey.
Yeah.
The Thieves Guild is looking for something. A member of their local Thieves Guild has gone missing in the Elven Ruins.
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
So you got a shade helping a church of an Eastern Elven Earth God. You guys have looking for cultists, or what Corey's character has just learned, looking for a lost bard. Or sorry, member of Thieves Guild. So those are the local quests. So, anything else you guys want to do?
I would actually like to talk with Tim
Okay.
for a moment alone.
Tim will talk to you for a moment alone.
So you don't want the rest of the crew, or you do?
I do not.
No. Oh, I see how it is.
But what about Scarlet?
She'll say, of course. Sorry, of course. Of course. And how about upstairs? I will show you the rooms.
Ooh, Strama's gonna get some.
I'm almost into some
I don't know
BDSM.
if that's necessary. We can just go to the end of the bar here, if that's okay with you.
Oh, he's still gonna get some.
All right. If you want to go to the ends of the bar with me, I'll show you the end of the bar.
Yeah.
She
Thank you.
is obviously misunderstanding. All right. You guys meet at the edge of the bar, and she leans in close. She's like, so. Far off exotic man. How can Tim help you?
I have a question for you regarding your eye there. Not the one, obviously the fake one.
That's what this is about. Okay, all right. She kind of leaned back. How can Tim help you?
Sorry to disappoint.
I mean,
get that a lot.
It doesn't have to be disappointing. I mean, you're married.
No.
I'm not looking to be hung up. Anyway, keep going.
How did you go about putting that eye in? What did you have to do?
Luckily I'd already lost an eye some year prior. I had an ex-husband that gouged it out. He didn't like that I was sleeping around, and I didn't like that he had a small dick. So,
Fair enough.
Eventually, I was run amok by basically a wizard owed me a lot of money. He drank a lot of alcohol, and he owed me a couple shipments. So, as payment, he crafted me an eye. It's called an Eye of Sea. It doesn't help me see out of it, but it does help me see through it. Which is useful with somebody owes me money, which people commonly do. I'm able to help find them.
Do you need to use any kind of, magic? Any spells to use it?
Luckily enough, once you have it inside your skull after a certain amount of time, eventually your body adapts to it. And through some practice of will, you're able to see through it. It just takes time. It normally takes about 7 days for the effects to come through, in which case you start being able to see through it. It's unconscious at first, the first couple times, but eventually it's practiced. It's similar to, from what I hear, scry.
Did the wizard who made it for you, did he Did he mention any others?
Other eyes. Yes,
Yeah.
I mean there are many. He said basically it could be made of any gem. I chose amethyst because I like the color. But it can be made of any other gem. It just has to be a gem built in a certain octangular fashion.
Is this wizard still around anywhere?
Not here. He did travel north, though. Last I heard that the wizard, or should I say specifically the cleric, right? But he was a magic caster. Just requires the ability. I believe that he resides in a town called Edmore. It is north of here, much further north, near the. Let me take a look. Right near a crest in the Panaco Bluffs. His name is. Give me a second. The town is called Edmore. Is that the right town? Did I grab the right town? Glade Vista, Antral, Edmore, Fairvale, Pro Vista, Tony might have flipped the towns. Elk Vista, Major Chord, Two Smiths, Bandmount, Haber's Hills. Can't be Woodson's. Oh, maybe it's Woodson's. I'll know in a second. I'm looking at the NPC.
Okay.
Okay, yes, I'm sorry. It is much north of there, near the Illidan Woods. The town I was talking about previously, Woodsons. The cleric is by the name of Fortune Stargrove. He is a cleric of the god... Let me take a look. The god Ka, goddess of the forest. It's the second town north of here.
Okay. Well, I do greatly appreciate that information. I'm going to give her another 15 copper.
I mean, you don't have to give me copper, but I will.
I insist. I appreciate you taking the time to explain.
Of course, I'll take anything you give me. She'll put it. She'll pop it. She'll also give you a beer, and she's like, "There you go."
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I'll walk back over to everybody else.
Okay. As he walks away, she's stalkerishly looking at him. She also looks at Neo's character as well, since you're both human, and she's a racist. Anyway.
Ew.
You like your women bifocal.
Ew. Which one do I look at? Left, right, left. I don't get it.
All right. Anyway, okay. You guys are. What else do you guys want to do?
Magic sword shopping.
Okay. So while this is going on, Neo's character goes to the blacksmith or the magic sword shop.
Yeah, I'll check out just the regular magic shop just to see what they have. I don't know if
You
I'll
hit that
buy
first.
anything, so-
I don't care.
Okay. Let me pull up. Which one did you say, Neil?
We can hit the magic shop first.
Magic Shop. Give me a second. The Magic Shop is called. Let's see, Alchemist Shop. It's called the Coven of Splendor. It's in a small alley. Again, the street outside is covered in a walkway with many twinkling lights. As you begin to walk in, it's like you're walking into starlight. There's kind of like an illusionary skyline as you walk through the alley with many stars and an illusionary night-like sky with two full moons, both Saphir and Rynre. Saphir and Relic. Saphir and Relic full in the sky. As you begin to get close to the door calls out to you and it's like, "Greetings! How can I help you?" And there's like a little knocker with a little circular thing in its mouth. "Greetings! How can I help you?" And it seems to really open its mouth and call from it.
Like that knocker from Labyrinth.
Yeah, kind of very similar. Very similar.
What knockers?
It spits it out for a second. It spits out the knocker, and the knocker kind of just like and attaches to its chin.
Oh, yeah. Greetings, strange fellow.
Welcome to the Coven of Speaker. I am Speaker.
Yes. We were just arrived in town and were interested in producing any magical wares that you might have. You are the proprietor?
No, I'm a knocker.
What a knocker.
That would be a door that speaks to you, and you can knock me to enter.
I should have figured that. Okay, Decadic knocks.
A man of education. Knock, knock, knock. And the door opens.
I go to Magic College, goddammit.
Magic Community College.
And to your standards, Johnny, this is not only common, it's not as well made as those in the Thousand Towers of Henbrook.
Okay.
So as you enter, there's a sprawling single-story building with a brown tile roof and softly blowing chimes on the floor on the door. So as you enter, ding, 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 lots of nice little beautiful chimes that kind of echo through the place. It contains religious. Say again.
Wasn't me. I didn't do it.
The inside contains tons of religious paraphernalia to all the gods. It's almost like this guy has like a weird collection of it. It's on the row and rows on walls. It's on bookshelves. There's magical sigils everywhere of gods specifically, almost as if it's religious, but definitely has an arcane focus to it. There is a human male that appears to be here. He appears to have a Barillion-style mustache and chin, kind of like like he has a long handlebar mustache, and then it's a little shaved here, and then a long kind of Fu Manchu with several beards, kind of very Barillion in appearance, and he wears a short vest. He almost looks like he could be the brother of Trey's character, whose name escapes me for some reason. He wears. He does have a simple walking cane, but his body is exceptionally muscular. But he still seems to really heavily lean on the cane, almost as if he has a bad leg. Definitely doesn't skip chest day, but definitely skips leg day. He has red hair. It's matted and messy and big. Otherwise, a smooth face that is marked with tiny little scars. And he says, well, 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 how can I help you, gentlemen?
We were interested in perusing your wares that you had available. What sort of magical items do you offer?
of a magical nature. I have many. I have scrolls, some most divine. If you're not interested in scrolls, of the uncommon variety, I have a +1 battle axe, a maul of warning, a periapt of health, a couple more magical scrolls, more magical scrolls. Let me know if you're interested in scrolls or not. Of the rare variety, I have padded armor that resists cold damage and helps keep you warm in the cold. I do have a rare scroll of legend lore if you're ever trying to find out about an item and its history. I have fire-resistant splint mail. I have a quarterstaff, which is quite vicious. I have a war pick, which is quite the vicious type. I have a wand of lightning bolts. And I have a very rare scroll of sunbeam. From the summer court, might I add on to. And this is the limit of my abilities. The wand of lightning bolts was found in those elven ruins. It is quite old.
Interesting. And you say you got this sunbeam scroll from the Summer Court itself?
Yes, not made by him, but by maybe somebody along his line. With it, you can shoot sun out of your hands for quite a time. Beams of sunlight. Destroy things.
Very interesting. Let's see. Does any of those weapons sound appealing to you at all, Neil? Or are you looking more for sword stuff specifically?
Yeah, sword stuff specifically.
I'm afraid I do not have it. The closest I'm going to have is this beautiful axe that was found in those elven ruins.
While it is nice, I will pass on that.
Its shop has maintained it's at least 7,000 years old.
Are there many other artifacts, such as those in the ruins? Do people regularly find items like that in there?
No, regularly. Though people do come in, and rarely, sometimes they don't come back out. If you find a middleman in there, you run.
These metal men, do you know what sort of capabilities they possess? Are they merely strong, or do they have magical properties of their own?
Giant metal men can cut men in half, cut through buildings, rip people apart, shoot lightning bolts from their eyes. They're pretty tough. And apparently, if you destroy them, they just keep coming back.
Does sound formidable.
Yeah, but they stay inside the lightning storm. Bolts of lightning hit them occasionally.
Does that seem to affect them at all, or does it energize them or disable them?
I have no idea. I just receive the spoils of those that come inside. Truthfully, most items I have come from adventurers who bring them back. And I'll buy at a premium.
How much would that wand of lightning bolts be, out of curiosity?
Oh, a wand of lightning bolts. Very powerful, very rare. That's 12,800 copper.
Be almost half of what I got, but that might not be worth the money. What about that?
I said 12,800.
Unless you have 24,000.
Oh, 12,000? Oh, I'm sorry. I misheard that.
Yeah, I figure because I'm like, holy shit, he's rich.
No, sorry. I thought I was mentally missing a zero. My bad. Anyway. What about those scrolls? You said there was scroll Sunbeam, and what was the other spell?
I have a scroll of enfeeblement. That's 96 copper pieces. I have a scroll of magic circle. That's 160 copper pieces. I have a scroll of gentle repose. 96 copper pieces. Scroll of detect thoughts. 96 copper pieces. I have a scroll of blindness deafness. 96 copper pieces. I have a scroll of Algazor's Scorcher. 96 copper pieces. And then, of course, I have each of these are 40 copper pieces. Scroll of Bane, Chill Touch, Command, Divine Favor, Guiding Bolt, Gust, Message, Purify Food and Drink, and Sacred Flame.
Was there another rare scroll spell I thought you mentioned, or was it just Sunbeam? Was that the big one?
Sunbeam was the very rare, which is 1,030 copper pieces. Oh, a Scroll of Legend Lore is 512 copper pieces. That's the other one that I've got.
Yeah. That one I am.
They're similar to the spell Identify, but it gives you a lot more information.
I think I'll take that scroll of legend lore, good sir.
Okay, that'll be 512 copper pieces.
Very well.
Take your
There
money.
you go.
There you go.
And I believe that'll do for now, but it's good to know that you have a variety of options here in case we do decide to check out those ruins and find anything interesting. Maybe we'll come back here to pawn them off.
Of course. Of course. I do pay a premium for elven magical items, especially if they are of the older variety. I do have collectors. This isn't my entire stock, but it's the stock that's sellable. Everything else is spoken for that has come out of that beautiful old elven ruins.
Hey.
All right. Well, I'll keep that in mind and bid you good day, sir.
Okay. All right. What else are you guys doing?
The blacksmith.
The blacksmith.
And I would like to meet them there.
Okay. Yeah, you can meet him there. The blacksmith shop is called the Iron Mace. The Iron Mace. As you reach the Iron Mace, it's in the civic quarter. The street outside is lined with a low stone wall. The blacksmith is a terracotta, large single-story building with a gray tiled roof and a finely carved furniture inside. Sorry, I got hiccups. It contains a well-stocked workshop and a large horned anvil. There is a human male inside. Let's see. There's a human male inside. His name is Renard McLearn. Renard McLearn is exceptionally muscular. He appears to be Pharrellian. He stands 6'8". He wears silk and I don't know what a lounge is, but he's wearing it. Beneath his clothing is a huge mess of scarred tissue and burns. From like his chest down. It looks like he'd probably been caught on fire at once in his youth. He has graying hair, which has obviously been dyed red, but his roots are showing. He is probably about 50, 52 years old. He says, good evening, sirs. My name is Renard McLean. How can I help you?
We are interested in magical weapons.
Ah. Well, I specialize in fletching. I have magical arrows of all varieties. And I specialize in javelins of lightning. I currently have crafted 3 this year. Essentially, he has ammunition +1, +2, and +3, and he has 3 javelins of lightning.
Okay.
Ammunition +1, 20 of them is 25 copper pieces. +2 is 150 copper pieces. +3 is 366 copper pieces, 420 each. And a single javelin of lightning is 1,364 copper pieces. He only has 3 of those. He only has 40 +3 arrows. He has 60 +2 arrows. And he has 100 +1 arrows.
Can javelins be used more than once, or do you use them once and they're spent?
You can use them more than once. I believe it is so many times per day that can be used.
Looking it up, it's once per day.
Yeah. You throw it, it acts like a javelin, but it also acts like a lightning bolt.
That's a piercing lightning bolt for 46 and the whole line of up to 120 feet.
Yeah.
With a dex save of 13.
And it is an attack action to use it. So technically, if you have multi-attack, you throw 2. If you want.
Damn.
How much did you say that they were worth?
They'll be 1,364 copper pieces.
I think I'll take one of those.
One of those. Sold, sir.
Thank you.
I am generally able to produce about 1 every 4 months. It takes time. There has to be a great lightning storm, and I have to get fairly close to those elven ruins to make them.
Is it something that I might be able to help you gather the lightning?
I do have 1. If you would like, I have 2. If you are able to get into the city and save me some time, I have it crafted, both of them. But it has to be struck near one of the iron golems.
And the iron golems are dangerous, from what I understand.
Oh, they'll try to murder the fuck out of you. If not, you have to be near them, but it's very rare. I commonly will, for days, camp out near outside the Elven Ruins, hoping that one of the lightning bolts will get near me. If not, the quickest way is to get near one of those damn golems and have it just strike near you. But of course, it only happens about once every couple of minutes, and you have to be alright to buy it. And they are normally about 20 feet tall, and they're trying to murder you at the time. I have had people be successful, though. I'd let you keep 1.
If you would like, I can take both of them, and if I would happen to...
You have to do it. It takes a long time to craft them, and then they have to be struck. It's very expensive. I cannot risk it. You have to do it.
And let's say that I go in and I don't do it. Could I just pay you for the javelins that are not struck?
It takes a long time to craft them. It takes me about a month to craft 1.
Yeah, I'll take them, and I'll do this for you.
Okay, alright. Anyway, alright. That sounds fine. You'll have to sign a charter for it, of course, but I will be willing to, if you do, sign and agree.
Okay.
And you, sir, you look familiar. Are you Teustrian? Brilliant? No. Your armor looks too silverish. Methian? He's looking at your character, Neil.
The fuck am I?
You're Ysarian.
That's right.
But it's a very small country, so he did not make the roll to place you.
You do not recognize where I'm from?
I'm afraid, sir, I do not.
I am Ysarian.
Ysarian? I've not heard of it.
You have never heard of the Spoots from the Chappaquiddick?
I have not.
And now you have.
Is it a large family or your royalty?
We are nobility. We have significant power.
And hopefully significant money. Anyway, how can I help you, sir? I am a professional archer. The finest arrows in all of the land.
I have no need of arrows. What I would like is a sword.
Oh, a sword. I am afraid I do not sell swords. I am a Fletcher. My apologies, sir. You might have some luck in 2 towns, or perhaps Rynre. Obviously, Rynre.
I will look there. Thank you.
My apologies, but if ever you need arrows, I have them.
I know where to come.
That's right, or javelins of lightning. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do here?
Nope.
Okay. Once again, I generate them, and if I get a blacksmith, normally these guys like super specialize in something. It's kind of neat. It's like I don't know what they're going to specialize in. So.
Hey Tony, can I have bought that scroll of Sunbeam from that other guy?
Yeah, sure. If you want to go there, it is once again the Sunbeam is 1,030 copper pieces.
Yeah, I'll definitely buy that.
Okay, it's at its base caster level, so there you go.
Okay.
It's a nice spell.
Yeah, looks nice.
And it basically gives you Kamehameha waves for an entire combat. So. All right. So you guys are in this town. Is anything else you want to accomplish here?
Nope.
Well, I did remember something as we got here, and I looked everywhere. I thought I wrote it down somewhere, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I literally just went through, Tony, your YouTube channel and found the episode and found the encounter. Back on the Isle of Dread, when we were camping at the tar pits, we found, I think that's where we got our first haversack.
Yeah.
Pulling it out of there. And that haversack had a Felorian signet ring of the House Nautis.
Yes, it did.
Belonging to the grandson of, like, the matriarch of that house.
Yeah, it did.
So, if we want an audience with a noble house in order to get more information or maybe find better quests or something, they got that maybe.
Now, to note, House Nautis, if you want to talk to somebody of House Nautis, the closest you're going to get is Magicord or Banmount. House Nautis is the eastern side of Florist, southeastern.
Okay, I see
But
now.
you would think that is worth some money. And possibly that halberd of accuracy. Or not as an accuracy, it's
Consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah. So there's throwing it out there because I barely just remembered the back of my head that was something from Valorius.
Oh yeah. I threw it out there for a reason. It's possibly worth some money.
Well, good job. I did not remember that at all.
Yeah. I'm debating on creating a star chart for you guys of all the stuff you found and plots it might tie to. I'm still debating on that, but I mean, I'll leave it up to you guys to remember all the plots. So,
all right, got to remember like a tin trap. Ow. Okay.
I just lost something.
There we go.
Oh God.
Okay. What else do you guys want to do? I throw stuff out there. It's up to you guys to want to catch it.
Well, personally, I'm interested with all the stuff we're hearing about the Illidan Forest. And I'm curious about checking it out. How do you guys feel about that?
About the what?
The Illidan Forest, there's been a mountain springing up about it. Dryads are freaking out. There's huge light from it.
Don't we have to go talk to the Summer King anyway?
Yeah, so I'm thinking we should, keep going there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we go there and then, depending on what happens, then we can head back and explore that elven city.
I'm okay with that.
The one that's got all the golems and lightning.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
That could
Matt,
be neat too.
Matt, to note, you have a month to fulfill that contract.
Okay.
There we go.
So note where you are, and you have a month from that day.
What is
The 26th of Armagh.
Me too.
So the 26th of the next month, the bill comes due.
okay?
Sounds ominous.
Until then, you have 2 Mastercraft javelins.
Let us wait.
You can add those in the notes section. They're basically javelins, but they do a +1 to damage.
Okay.
They're just not enchanted yet. They're kind of like sub-magical.
Okay.
All right. So what do you guys want to do now? It is now... do you guys want to fast forward to the next day?
Sure.
Okay. Everyone roll me a d12. Let's see what happens.
D12.
Let's see what negative thing happens to Johnny today.
Woohoo! He gets mugged and somebody steals the signet ring. God damn it.
And the world ends again.
Okay, we got a 7, a 1, a 2, a 6, a 9. I rolled an 11. Okay. Johnny, once again, another day of training. I'll let you know another month of this, and your training may be complete. Unless you roll more successes and scenes, which may expedite the training.
Gotcha.
Okay. Next day is now the 27th. The morning happens. There's breakfast. If you guys want it.
Did we go back to the ship, I assume?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Because I know we didn't say we were staying at the inn, so...
If you stay at the inn, it is 40 copper a night. And the prostitutes run 100 copper a night.
I'm going to go back to the ship.
Got to be more competitive, Scarlet.
Are there any good beds in town that I can buy to upgrade my sleeping situation?
Oh yeah, you could totally buy the best room in the inn.
No, the bed. I want a good bed for my room.
Oh, you want a good bed. Oddly enough, the blacksmith shop actually sells fine furniture, and he does sell beds.
Are they made of metal?
No, it's made of wood.
Does he know he's a blacksmith and not a carpenter?
He does, but it says he makes fine furniture as well. I just didn't list that because you guys were looking for weapons.
Just hot side hustle.
If it helps, if you're looking for holy symbols, the magic shop has those. So, Corey, if you need to buy a magical foci, the magic shop has those.
Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I was gonna buy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant to buy a thing for my religion. A symbol so I could.
That's gonna run you 50 copper.
Okay, yeah, I'll buy one for the moon.
There you go. There is one for the Moonlit King. For the Winter Court specifically, he oddly enough has them. It's in his description. 50 copper, and it's I believe it's called Holy Symbol.
Okay, Holy Symbol. Thank you.
How much is the best bed that his guy's got?
Best bed he's got is 200 copper.
Okay, I'm buying that for now. It'll be an upgrade from whatever I have.
It comes with a mattress, and the mattress is filled with wool. And
does the bed float?
Huh?
No.
Oh no, it's filled with
not
wool.
The mattress, the frame.
I mean, it's made of wood, but it's filled with wool and goose feather, and comes with a pillow.
Excellent. All right.
If it's wool, it's gonna
We'll get it Mariner enchanted later.
A swimming bed.
Water and sink.
It's gonna be what's that film called? Hocus Pocus, where they have a bed, you screw on the thing on it, and it
bed
moves.
knobs and broomsticks.
There you go.
Yeah,
that would be a magic item right there. A bed of teleporting.
That's one of my favorite movies.
All right. So yeah, that's totally viable. Anything else you guys want to do? It's 27th. What do you do? Who do you bring with you? By the way, that halfling would love to stay on the ship, Tom, as a member of the crew.
I would be delighted to have him. He's so good at playing card games. I've seen.
He'll play there. Who do you want him to be under? He says he knows how to sail and navigate.
Oh, that kind of under.
Yeah, we'll put him on the sailing team then. Why not?
Okay, sailing team sounds fine.
You sound like a manager.
Yeah.
We're gonna put you on the sailing.
You have a conversation with the Kenku, and he's like,
"What happens when you're on a boat?"
You have a conversation with the Kenku, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, sure, yeah, give you shift. That's fine."
Yeah, you bet.
So if we want to head to the Illidan Woods, do we want to go on foot from here? Or do we want to sail a little bit closer to there and then go on foot?
How far is the Illidan Woods from where we're at? How many days?
Pretty far. From where we are, looking at the map, it'd make a lot more sense to sail out to at least either Cove View, Pearl Rapids, or Rynre.
Right there, and then fly in.
Even just running from there, they're significantly closer than Fair Valley is. We're way far away.
Yeah.
We're 10 plus hexes on ground from here. The others are 3 or 4.
You can generally travel about 2 hexes a day on foot. So 1, 2, 3. If you had a ranger, you'd be able to go faster. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes, you would.
You're about 8 days, 9 days away.
So yeah, I like the idea of we sail probably to the cap, whichever one is closer.
I'd like to go to Rynre.
Yeah, let's sail to the
Sail
capital,
around to that.
and then we can walk to the woods from there.
Okay, that's about 3 days away.
Oh, that's good.
So we'll just say 3 days. How do you guys want to spend the time on the ship for those 3 days? Corey, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and can I split this up by days? Can I do one thing one day? Okay.
Yeah.
So for the first day, just prayer, connecting with my God.
Okay.
And the next 2 days, just kind of helping Decadic with the magic part of the ship and just learning a little bit about it. Because I'm just in case, the more I've seen him do it, put magic in, I just keep thinking okay, what happens if he's not available? Or he uses his spell and I need to charge the ship.
Oh, keeping in mind, that's 3 days flying, 4 days sailing.
Oh, okay. So then...
Are you guys flying or sailing? I forgot to mention.
I think we're flying, aren't we?
Yeah, but we'd want to probably still go over the water, not fly over.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Even if flying around, you're still twice as fast flying around.
Yeah.
That's me keeping in mind you're not you're taking a wide berth flying, right? If you want to fly straight there, it's a day and a half. right?
I feel like someone might have a problem with it.
Technically, it's only about a day to the Illidan Woods if you just fly straight there. But, we definitely roll an encounter die.
I was going to say, that's why I thought...
How much Ferellian military would you like to meet?
Just passing through your sovereign airspace. No big deal, right?
I got a lot of griffins
around the Illidan Woods.
I got a lot of griffins. Just saying.
So then, if we're doing the 3 days of flying, first day, just prayer. Second day, just following Decadic and seeing how, the magic part of the ship would work, just in case.
Okay, 1 day praying, couple days learning how the magic works. That's great. Johnny, you definitely have assistance with the magic stuff the next couple days. What are you doing?
Well, apart from keeping the engine fueled up with a spell each day so that we can stay in the air, let's say I'm going to keep reading up on the Elven courts, not just like the Summer King, but my library, because the Kiddick would be kind of knowledgeable, I guess, but he doesn't actually belong to any of those summer, winter, or spring courts. So
you're trying to read up on the courts of Mithras?
Yeah, just to get a better idea of how that politically works. So in case we, speak to someone in a position of power from there.
Roll me a history check. Since you're spending, roll me a straight history check.
All right.
Neil, you're on deck. Matt, you're after. Go ahead and free roll if you know what you're going to do.
That is a nat 20 for a total of 29.
29. You can ask me 6 questions.
Oh, dear. That's a lot.
One of which can be specific, but only one.
Only one?
Yes, one can be specific. Very specific.
All right.
Which means you get more than normal information.
All right. Let me think of that. You want to go through everyone else?
That's fine. Neil,
questions here on the side.
Neil, what do you got?
I like that. I like that system.
You're also muted.
Optional wait.
Now that I'm unmuted, I'm just going to help sail the ship.
Help sail the ship. All right. Go ahead and roll me a sailing check. That sounds fine. We're navigator's tools.
I have drive water vehicle.
Yep, that'll get you. I'm giving you air at this point.
Okay. So that's Dex plus proficiency?
Yeah, Dex plus proficiency. Ooh. Oh, Johnny. Your mic is exploding right now.
Oh, God, your mic exploded for a minute. Hey, calm down now again.
It's only a 12.
12, that's fine. You guys can make it there since you are focusing on that may get you there faster. I'll see if anyone else also rolls on there. You might be able to do in 2.5 days. Matt, what are you doing?
For the first day, I want to try to understand more about how to navigate the ship or to fly the ship.
Okay.
In the 2 days, I want to spend trying to meditate.
Okay. Roll me one. Roll me a check, intelligence check to learn how to navigate the ship, and then roll me a wisdom saving throw for meditation, or a wisdom check. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 15 for the intelligence for the sailing, and then a 6 and a 6.
How much?
And then a 6 and a 6 for the wisdom.
Not so great. You're making progress, but you're not doing so good on the wisdom checks. But the drive water vehicles you gain 1 success for.
Okay.
That's another thing I'll add to the sheet is how many successes for gaining skills, attributes, stuff like that. That way when you objectively know how many you need to garner. But keep track of those as we do, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Tom, what are you doing?
Can I spend some time in Norsian and hopefully learn how to wear heavy armor effectively at some point?
Yes, you can. If you want to learn heavy armor proficiency, that is a feat. So go ahead and roll me an intelligence check. This will be for all 3 days.
Okay. Natural 20 for 22.
22. You gain 2 successes towards that. Towards
Cool beans.
learning a feat.
Right.
Heavy armor proficiency.
Yeah.
Go ahead and write that down. Eventually I'll put in an Excel sheet so you guys know how many you need. That way if you spend downtimes learning stuff, you know what target you need to get certain things. Because you can learn feats, attributes, skills, proficiencies over downtimes. Okay, I promised it since Neil helped. I'm going to say, Neil, roll me one more check to see if you make it there in 2.5 days.
Same roll?
Same roll.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Same roll.
How about a 16?
16. You guys make it there in 2.5 days. It is evening, and you guys make it to the capital of Forellis, Rynre. Let me pull up Rynre. America, America. Wait for this thing to pull up. Okay. Oh, darn it. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Can't believe I never rolled this thing in this town. I got everything else. Okay, and there we go. And all right, I got shops, I got cities, I got taverns. All right. Sorry for the wait here. That's why I love these little generators. Bam. Okay, welcome to Rynre, everybody. There is a 100-ship harbor in the capital city. Not only is it a capital city, it's a capital harbor city. This is a large city. The docks are fucking spotless. Not only the docks are spotless, they aren't made of wood. They are made of marble. There are marble docks that sprout out from the harbor. It is white and pristine. The harbor has 2 different lighthouses on either end because the harbor is massive. Each lighthouse, since it is evening, is lit and guides ships in. As you begin to get closer past the harbor, you notice that there are ships that come out, military ships, to meet you. And there are griffin riders that surround the city, and you see patrols of griffins fly out. As you are brought in, as you get close to the harbor, one of the dockmasters, one of the several dockmasters of the city, is on the ship, and he meets you. He calls out to you. He has a multicolored shawl, as normal. It is a woman, and her name, and she will call out, "Good evening, I am Mistress Bourgeois of Rynre. Who are you, and what is your business in the city? Do you bring slaves?"
No, we do not bring slaves. Oh, good. Our captain's awake. I'll let him say what our business is.
The harbor master Bourgeois is asking for you. It's a woman. She's on a ship. The ship has already thrown an anchor and attached itself to your ship. She's calling out from 2 warships that have come out to meet you.
Jeez.
Sorry, I might have missed the beginning of that. Did you say this is while we're flying, while we're sailing?
Sailing. You guys have sailed into the capital city of Rynre, capital of Pyralis. It has a 100-dock harbor. The docks themselves are made of white marble, not wood. There's sprawling lions everywhere, decorative. There are 2 lighthouses on either end of the harbor, and one of them shines a light on your ship as you begin to get in. As you get close in, 2 warships come in to meet you. The warships launch a ballista, which has a anchor onto it, and it grabs onto your ship, and it pulls you in. You hear somebody with the help of a microphone and magic mouth call out to you. It is a woman's voice.
Did he cut out?
Oh no, did my computer just die?
Did I cut out?
What? Am I frozen? I'm a frozen person? Hello?
I think everybody's okay on my screen.
Hello?
Yeah, everyone's.
Is it me?
I can hear you, Tony.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you are. Well, I hear you right now. Nothing's moving yet.
Yeah.
Tom was
I
frozen.
Tom froze for me.
Yeah.
So everyone froze for me, so it was probably my end.
Okay. Tom,
Yep, just told me my internet connection's unstable.
Okay.
All
right.
right.
Tom, the harbor master is calling out to you from a ship that has just launched a grappling hook, which is pulling you in. There are griffin riders everywhere, by the way, around the city.
Hey, can I do a history check? Or like a local current events check?
Sure.
A rumors check?
Sure.
Anything to hear about is traveling to the capital? Is there something wrong with that under most circumstances or anything?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just this is the capital of Rynre. They take anyone that comes here seriously.
Understand.
And they make an extreme force of military might around the city, because it's near Natadron, and they're trying to ward off against Natadronian raiders. Like, if you come here, we'll fuck you up. There's literally a naval yard full of military ships near here. This is a country that is warlike, but hasn't been able to go to war for 70 years because of the Summer King.
Okay.
So they have a stockpile.
All right. So they've hooked us. They've pulled us in, and they say what now?
My name, it's a woman. She calls out with a microphone with magic mouth attached to it, so it's just kind of, like a normal microphone, just the magical sort. She's like, "Hello, Mediocrity ship. I am Master Bochron. Why do you come to Rynre, and do you bring slaves?"
Looking around, thinking about how I don't have any such wonderful microphone. Wondering if she'll be able to hear me, so out of curiosity, we'll try speaking normally first.
Okay.
Captain Zorksen here. We come visiting your fair city, hopefully for trade, adventure, and maybe to hear anything about that light, if there's anything that you have to share about that.
She'll pull out the microphone. I know nothing about that. There will be 100 copper pieces a day.
Fair enough. Where should we dock?
For 100 copper pieces, you get to sit in the commoner section. They start pulling you in. Eventually,
are there better sections? What are they have perks with them?
Of course, you can sit in the merchant section for 150 copper pieces, or the noble section for 250 a day. Unless you're Feralian nobility, in which course it is 100 a day.
Well, we'll stick with the commoners for now, but thank you for your kind assistance pulling us into port.
Of course! The Mediocrity is welcomed here for the magical goods.
We have the noble ring. Use that ring to get us better parking.
Make yourself up like a nobleman, Captain. Quick with the ring.
I forgot. I am a nobleman.
Do you not recognize me? Let me remove my snake disguise.
They probably can hear part of it. I totally forgot.
Is Trey
Never
coming?
pretend.
Hey,
Captain.
Can somebody message Trey? Is he coming tonight?
He hopped on rolls for like a second and disappeared, at least according to the chat thing. He like kind of got on and then was gone.
Huh.
He showed up and then disappeared.
Weird. Okay, you guys are pulled into the Commoner's Harbor on the east side. On the you are now in the capital of Rynre. I will let you guys know there are a ton of specialists in town, so if you're looking for anything, let me know. There is in town. There is 1, 2.
Restructure out.
The old ball game.
There are 2. I want to say. 3 magic shops. 4 magic shops. There are 4 magic shops. There is a potter's shop. There is a potion shop. And there is a blacksmith shop. And I've got to generate the fucking magic shop. They have another magic shop in here I didn't generate. Let me generate it now. Oh, right. 20. Sorry. Give me a second. I'm generating it right now. 30. 18.
Johnny, I wonder if that isn't not your headphones, but your headphone jack.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. If it's still doing the same thing after switching out headphones, it must be the jack and my laptop. That's
annoying.
Yeah, is it just like chirping, like or static noises?
Humming and buzzing and crackling, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the jack.
Yeah, it's not much I can do about that.
Give me a second. I am generating the shop.
Yeah, you said but. You have an idea.
Maybe. Hang
on. Give me a second.
Let me check on the Amazon.
Like a USB to audio jack adapter or something.
That's what I'm wondering.
Give me a second. Almost done. Yeah. On the bright side, it generates a shop for me, so I don't have to do all that homework.
Oh yeah, I got my questions ready, Tony. Whenever there's a good time for that.
Okay, give me a second. Oh shit! I'm in the wrong town. Rynre.
How many towns can we go to tonight?
There's a lot of
Tony's
towns.
doing all the work.
No, I've been thinking about it. I don't want to be here much longer. Let's go somewhere.
Fuck you, sir! If it helps, this is future dividends. Anytime I generate a town, I generate
forever.
Forever. There's lots of stuff here. Okay, I have generated the shop.
Have I mentioned I like your notebook link? It's helpful. I technically meant Tony's, but you know, yours is good too.
Oh, Jesus Christ, there's one here too? Give me a second. Give me a second.
Jesus is popular today.
This one gets generated.
Jesus generator.
Jesus generator generates Jesus.
And the Jesus generator. Or not to be confused with the Jesus Jones generator.
No, that's entirely different.
Christ, I can't believe this town has like 5, 6, 7, like 5 or 6 magic shops. There's a lot.
Can we consolidate them into one?
No.
Oh, the Magic Super Mall?
There is, okay, just letting you guys know, there is Felix's Magical Emporium. Sorry, Imperium. There is Morty's Magical Tent of Unknown Wonders of Forellis. Apparently there's more than one.
Unknown Wonders.
Unknown Wonders.
Not to be confused with the known wonders.
Technically, it's semi-magical. There is a blacksmith shop called Minotaur's Steelworks. There is a potion shop called the Mortar of Remedies. There is a jeweler shop called the Spectacular Ring, which is also a magic shop. It's also the center for the Jewelers Guild. And there's a place called the Academy of Figurines.
All the weapons are really tiny.
Which is known to sell magical figurines.
Oh, a Games Workshop model.
Yeah. They have a thriving tabletop game community in the capital city.
And it's all overpriced.
Yep.
Ridiculously overpriced.
Cheap plastic overpriced. Now, you want the rule books?
See, we play this game called Humans and Houses. I play a data analyst, works a 7 to 5 job.
What's that sign?
So there is a tavern. If you guys want to go to the tavern, there is a general shop. There's all that. You guys are in a capital. There's a lot of stuff here, more than we could in a normal town. I'm going to message Trey, ask if he's coming.
Does the Unknown Wonders shop have things like the Tinkerer at Freeport?
It's unknown.
Unknown, you got to go there. Do you want to go there?
Not yet.
He doesn't know.
All right. Outside of that, there is stuff there. If you want to know local plots, you got to go to the tavern. It's where my Quests and Rumors is located. Where you guys want to go?
Magic swords.
You want to go to the blacksmith shop or you want to go to the magic shop?
Magic swords.
I just want to go where everybody knows our name. Where our troubles are all the same.
Yay!
You got a ship for that. So which one do you go?
Smooth!
You want to stop with Felix's Magical Emporium of Wonders? Or the blacksmith shop?
Start with the blacksmith.
All right. The blacksmith is called the Minotaur Steelworks. There is a human half-orc male that proprieties a shop. He is Grigaldorian. Small alley, a street outside, has a fortune teller. The blacksmith is a timber frame cabin with a white shingled roof and a single vegetable garden. It contains a large grandfather clock, and everything is covered in dust or metal shrapnel. The half-orc says, "Welcome to Minotaur Steelworks. I am Haru Olbi. What want?" He speaks Corellian, but with a Grigaldorian accent. I has 2 magic swords. I has giant slayer weapons, and I has swords of wounding.
Swords of wounding.
You cut them, and they bleed, and they keeps bleeding.
How much for swords of wounding?
What kind of sword you want?
Long sword.
I have sword which is longer than sword, yes. It is 1,923 copper pieces.
1,923?
Yep. I believe it's considered a rare item.
Did you say
It's just what?
1,923?
Yep, copper pieces.
Is it just like a +1 or?
Even
a plus
let me
one?
pull it up. It's called a Sword of Wounding. Swords of Wounding. Yes, they are rare items, right? So they're more than common. It is not a +1 weapon, but hit points lost to this weapon can be regained only through a short and long rest, rather than regeneration, magic, or any other means. Once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack with a weapon, you can wound them. Basically, they take 1d4 necrotic damage, which stacks, right? But it has to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw for every single wound at the end of its turn to overcome the wound. So if you make tons of attacks, this is a weapon that can just keep stacking d4s. Keep in mind, I believe regeneration will overcome the wounding property. No, it says rather than regeneration. I guess it has to be some kind of special or superior regeneration, like a troll to overcome it. But, okay. So yeah, it's a sword that just keeps doing d4s.
Interesting.
But no bonuses outside of that. And the bleeding effect happens at the beginning of its turn.
So theoretically, if I attack it 4 times, wound it 4 times.
You'd be 4d4 at the start of every single turn. And then at the end of every turn, it does a Constitution saving throw for every single wounding effect separately.
All at once?
Yeah.
So if it makes it, it cures all the wounding.
No. A roll for every single one. So it has to do 4 Constitution saving throws.
Interesting.
So as it fails, so if you hit it, it automatically is going to take 1d4 at the start of its next turn.
Ugh.
So let's say if you're a fighter who can do 20 attacks in a single round, it's a heck of a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll bite.
Okay, that'll be 1,923 for a long sword of wounding. Okay. And he's selling a +1 breastplate. Seems to be what he makes is +1 breastplates.
Oh, I could sell some stuff too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to go to or do? I have many magic shops here.
I don't really have anything that I want to look at here right now.
Okay.
Is +1 breastplate the best armor he's got?
That's the best he has.
Okay. Is there another armorer in town who'd have better?
I do have a set of +1 plate that I'm not using.
Yeah, if you want to sell +1 plate, +1 plate is going to be. Give me a second. Let me find the equivalent. Oh, let me find. Yeah, it's about that. Let me make sure I can find the equivalent. Sorry, I gotta look for the equivalent thing to sell. If you do you want to sell it? Once you commit, you have to roll a d4.
Not yet.
Okay. Because if you want to, you can sell it. It would cost you about 1,600 copper pieces for +1 plate mail.
That's it?
The mechanics.
Really?
Yeah, it's +1 plate is not overly expensive. Like, it's expensive, but it's not like crazy.
Definitely thought it was more than that.
Yeah,
plate mail costs 1,000, right?
my reinforced mariner's plate was
Plate mail's 1,000, and your +1 is only like a couple hundred.
1,600.
So it's 2,600 total, or literally just 600 to add +1 to a plate.
Yeah, I guess it is a little cheap. Consider plate mills. I'll say 2,000. 2,000 is about right. Yeah, you talked me into it. 2,007.
could you use +1 plate?
Not yet. I'm trying to work towards heavy armor. I'll buy it from you probably see how much this guy would sell it to you for. Well, I'll probably buy it from you once I can actually learn to use it.
The way my selling mechanic works is it's 45% plus a D4 roll. The D4 is going to add 10% per...
I'll hold on to it.
Okay. All
I
right.
still have actually a couple magic items I can get rid of.
Yeah. The +1 Mariner's plate is generally pretty... It's pretty nice. But that's a rare at that point. Okay.
Yeah, Neil, once I can wear it, I would gladly buy it from you.
Okay. I'll hold on to it till then.
Okay, I guess Trey isn't coming. Okay, that works. All right.
Aw.
I just found out. All right. So, anything else you guys want to do? Things you want to look at?
If I want to resolve my questions from earlier, Tony, I got those prepared.
Okay. What questions were those?
Just about the Court of Mithras.
Oh, right. Yeah. You got a fuck ton of questions. All right.
Yeah.
Ask me about Mithras.
All right. So, first question would be, apart from the Summer King, who are the leading monarchs of the other courts?
Fuck. Give me a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the number.
There is a... I have to generate them. Give me time. But there is an autumn princess. Just send me an email on that one. I have to finish generating those ones.
Okay.
You guys haven't gone there, so I haven't generated them yet. But
Gotcha.
every court generally has a king, a queen, a prince, a princess, and a knight, right? And then there are generally people under them. The only one that doesn't have all of that is the Summer Court, which only has the Summer King.
And like, what, 2 knights or something like that?
Yeah, he generally has 4 knights under him.
But they're like way stronger than other knights.
Yeah, you generally don't want to run into them in a back alley. They are an army unto themselves.
Much you want to bet we meet one tonight and I'll die. Okay. So apart from that, between the 4 courts, what are their relations like? Do they all get along with each other? Is there any enmity between any of them?
None of them get along. They unite against outsiders, but internally they fight all the time. There is a city, Midland is the only neutral place in which all of them generally cohabitate, but the city is split into 4 factions. But yeah, they generally don't get along and they fight each other all the time, but by social means or challenges.
Gotcha. And beneath the Summer King, and who would be the next strongest of the courts?
That would be the Winter Court, without question.
Oh, yeah.
Generally, the Summer Court is considered the King Court. The Winter Court is considered the Queen Court. The Spring Court is considered the Prince Court, and the Autumn Court is considered the Princess Court, which is the weakest of the courts and the fewest of number.
Okay. Regards to the Winter Court, which nations are they allied with? Who are they friendliest with in terms of?
Varissia. Varissia and the courts of Mithras have been very closely tied for a long time. They're almost considered one and the same. Commonly, countries will talk to Piracy to talk to the Mithras.
Okay. That's especially good to know. So your fifth question, and kind of abstract, so, but would I know, like, what sort of, like, alignments the courts are, for lack of a better word? Like, are they good, evil, or, like, what the reputations are? Are they feared like the Summer King? Are they...
Okay. The Summer King is generally considered a lawful good court. The Winter Court is generally considered lawful evil. The Court of Autumn is considered chaotic neutral. The Court of Spring is considered chaotic good. They are polar opposites of each other. But the only one that is objectively, I would say, evil would be the Winter Court. But it's a lawful evil.
So the guy who took our memories was the friendliest of the four. Okay. So for my last question, and specific, since you said I could specify, get very specific. Can I learn anything about, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the Roach? He's supposedly in the Winter Kingdom. Can I know anything about why?
A Groska. Let me pull up his portfolio.
That's some bitch who killed my brother.
A Groskill is considered, he is a Thayan ambassador and a member of the Winter Court. He actually has physical standing within the Winter Court. You know that he is vying for position in the Winter Court. Specifically, he is trying to get influence with the Moonlit King. But the Moonlit King does not like him. Give me a moment. I gotta find him.
That's alright, I'm typing all this shit down.
It's the Succubus. That's the other one. That's the Roach guy. Lord Chesterfield. A Groskill, Demon Lord of Roaches. A Groskill is known to... Let me look at where he is in the courts. Let me pull out the map. He is known to inhabit the entrance to his lair is a deep black well. It is said that he lives in a place outside of time where time runs in the opposite direction. He lives in the past of our future. He is a type 5 demon, which means high tier demon. He has a roach-like body and a roach head. He's almost like a giant roach creature. He is humanoid size. And he is said that he can see through the eyes of his demonic roaches, who he sends everywhere across the world. They can be seen by their green eyes. So if you see a roach with green glowing eyes, that is a Groskill with his eyes upon you.
I like his style.
It is rumored that he is looking for a codex of power to boost his position. He does not seem too picky, though. He is not underneath the Thayans, but a member of the Thayan hierarchy. So he is strong amongst the Thayans. He is known, of course, to be a soul collector and a soul bargainer. And he is known to trade in Fey favors amongst the courts of the Fey. Specifically, it is said that he lives in the royal quarter, and he can be found there in the castle of the Summer Queen. He can be found in the castle of the Queen of Summer and Magic of the Winter Court. And he is in favor in her court, but not in favor with the Winter King.
Yeah.
And, because you rolled so well, you can ask one thing about his character sheet.
Ooh.
You can ask about his a special ability that he might possess, or a resistance he may have, or one of his legendary actions, or one of his lair actions.
Oh boy, oh boy. Special ability. What is one he has of those?
One of his special abilities. Let me take a look.
Apart from, being able to steal people's souls and put them in little orbs, I've already seen that.
Right. He is able to cough up a swarm of roaches which are ravenous and will engulf and rip apart the flesh of any being that they come in contact with. And it's an area effect. Similar to the spell Disintegrate, except they eat you. And if they consume all your hit points, your soul is his. Consider consumed, and he heals the equivalent hit points of the Disintegrate damage he does.
So it's not like over time, if you stay in the swarm, you get eaten. It's like a boom, almost instantaneous.
Boom. You ever seen The Mummy?
Brendan Fraser, yeah.
Yeah, when those things like roll over a guy and all of a sudden he's like a skeleton.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that.
Okay.
And then they go back inside his mouth and he eats them, thus eating your soul and your life force. And you're gone. You can't even be resurrected. Not even by wish. Your soul is consumed. It's gone.
So this guy's basically a bug version of Imhotep.
Yeah. There you go. Except a bug.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very good to know.
It's like Imhotep, but less sexy. Or more sexy, considering what you're into.
Yeah, don't yuck anybody's yums here.
There you go. No judging. I'll leave that to Neil.
I mean, Smoot's a paladin. If he doesn't judge us, who will?
There you go. So anyway, is there anything else you guys wanted to do in Rynre? It is the capital city. There are many temples, many churches. There are pretty much anything you can think of is possibly here.
Is it possible, since there's so many magic shops, just kind of fast forward to the one with magic swords?
Yeah, sure. I mean, let me take a look here. Magic swords, sword, specifically a sword, right?
Mm-hmm. Longsword.
One has a +1 longsword. That is Felix's Magical Imperium. Another one does not have it. Another one has Longsword of Warning. They have 2 of them.
Nah.
On that note, Tony, I'm like looking in your notebook. Are those seriously 60K?
They're not 60K. It's a misprint. They're 6.
Okay. I was like, I have a great suit of warning that I bought, and I know I didn't spend anything near that. That's insane.
It's not that much. It's a mistype. They give them an extra 0 on all the weapons.
Oh, I see. Okay. Dude, Wand of the War Mage is pretty cool. Johnny, if you haven't seen that. It's a +1 War Mage. It gives you +1 to attack rolls if you're doing any attack roll spells.
Damn it. Some of these were basically any of the items that give you the warning ability, the advantage. If there's a miscalculation where it gives it an extra 0. Like the Rod of Security was like 90,000. Like, no, it's 9.
Okay, that made more sense for that too. I was going to ask you about that one.
If you ever see a weapon like that, it's like 60. It's an extra 0. It's an issue there.
Is that same with like those +3 then? Light crossbow and quarterstaff, just 6K or 1.6K?
Yeah, but there's others where like the adamantine isn't 550. It's 1,550. I kind of adjust those as I go.
Okay.
So yeah, that's about it for long swords, man. Sorry.
Okay,
Oddly
no
enough,
worries.
with like a bunch of magic shops, not that many long swords. Bunch of crossbows. Ion Stone of Leadership. What does that do? That's kind of cool.
Do they grant the leadership feat? Nope.
That does
an orange.
It does a random thing. Leadership. Charisma score increases by 2 to a maximum of 20. That's kind of cool.
What are these items and stuff you get to get over 20 on your stats anyway?
Mostly those are codexes. Or it's like a specific thing, like a gauntlet of like giant strength. Yeah, sorry, man. There's nothing else. No more long swords. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, sorry.
I just didn't want to waste everybody's time going to every
No, that makes sense. That makes it pretty quick. But yeah, that's about it. Maybe the next town.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else have anything?
I just want to ask as a group, I guess. So if we go to the Illidan Woods and we're going to walk there, do we want to leave our ship somewhere and have it pay docking fees, or have the ship just sail out somewhere where it's potentially more dangerous? So probably just leave it in town, but otherwise we can always teleport back wherever it is, so it doesn't really matter where it sits.
True.
Yeah, we could save money on docking fees.
But also, yeah, more of a risk putting it out in the open sea, I would imagine, than,
So what are you guys thinking of
out.
having it sail back to the Isle of Dread and then you teleport back to it?
That would also be an option, but damn, that is a trip without us.
Yeah, that'd be pretty far.
It would be far. It would be far, and it doesn't have a wizard that can power it like you do, Johnny. There's no other 5th level caster.
Oh yeah, so they would have to go by water then, yeah.
I mean, they would have technically 3 days of flying, but yeah.
Yeah. We have to trust our NPCs to not crash the ship in the water. I don't know, I'm comfortable with that.
Or they could just, I don't know, sail.
Yeah.
What? We have a flying ship, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sail on
crash
the
if
water?
nobody charges them.
Like peasants?
So they could just sail.
If there are enough halflings into it, it'll probably get powered somehow.
Too bad we dropped them all off already, except that one or whatever.
Yeah.
I kept him for a reason, you'll know.
I'm going to use the bathroom. You guys discuss it. Let me know by the time I get back.
Alright.
Because even if we don't have them dock here necessarily, it might be safe to put them in send them to another town, at least where it's cheaper, if nothing else. Like we can send them back to the other town we just came from, have them pay for docking there.
Yeah.
And it's, a lot cheaper, and also Matt needs to go to the lightning thing area anyway, which I'm kind of interested anyway. I don't know about anyone else.
There's a few other. There's at least one other quest there. The Shadeling.
Yeah.
And then the member of the Thieves Guild is also in the ruins, isn't he?
Yeah, I think, they supposedly disappeared into there, is what he said.
So I think, if we send the ship back to Fair Valley, and then we
That
can
would
just
work.
go down there.
Okay. I'd be cool with that. Corey, what do you think? Nothing. Okay, cool.
He can't hear you. He's listening to music, writing erotica. He's doing great.
Yeah.
Slash fic.
I'm not sure if he actually is or not. Like, he could.
I actually don't think he can hear us at all.
No.
Corey, if you're being held hostage, blink twice.
Corey, can you hear us? Hello,
Oh, we got his
Corey.
attention.
Hello?
Hey, there you are.
Hey, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Did you hear anything we were talking
it was
about?
really quiet for a long time. Neil wanted to go to. Last thing I heard was Neil wanted to go to a magic store, and then all of a sudden it got really quiet. So I was like,
That was a while ago.
So I was like, okay, I'll just keep waiting until I hear anything. So, what's up?
Welcome back.
So, quick question: were you writing erotica?
Oh no, I'm just fixing some stuff on my work email
Damn
that
it!
I got. Sorry.
Can't you at least lie for my benefit?
I mean, yes.
Yes.
The
It says
snake
murder she
man-
wrote slash fic.
The snake man took out the knife and put his penis back in.
I don't like any of your current hosts.
Angela Lansbury discovered all of this.
What?
What?
You said murder she wrote.
Yeah, murder she wrote slash fic.
Oh, sorry, that was over my head, man. Murder She Wrote is as far as I get with any knowledge on the entire thing.
Oh, I like
Thing.
that. So, if we're thinking of what to do,
Well, what you missed is we were talking about going to the forest.
Yeah.
Potentials where we could leave the ship here, pay for docking fees here, but it's
Might
kind of
be
expensive.
Yeah.
We could sail it back to the last city we were at, because we were talking about maybe go checking out the lightning place also while we were in the area.
yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that just because it sounds interesting, but also because I wouldn't mind doing the Thieves Guild quest to find their missing person.
Okay. So is anyone against exploring the lightning area after Illidan, I guess, is what it sounds like?
Sounds good to me.
Could we have the ship go, but not dock at the other town, but just kind of stay off the coast?
We could. We were discussing it's probably going to be more at risk when it's not at a dock, so that's going to be our cost to not benefit. I mean, it's not going to cost a lot. Like, the last time we were there anyway, they charged us 35 or 45 copper a day. So even if we were gone a month, it cost 1,300. The ship has more than 2K in reserves for its own.
Let's just have it docked so it's safe, and then the crew can do anything to improve or whatever they have to do.
Well, they apparently can't repair the ship in there without paying a fee.
Oh boy.
Environmentalist reasons or something.
Well, more capitalist reasons. People want to dock and repair their ships. They might as well make money if they can.
Faux environmentalist causes.
That's right. They say it's an environmental reason,
Woke capitalism.
Jeez.
That's right. Welcome to fantasy woke capitalism.
I agree. Send it to the town, Harvest Valley or whatever it was, and then we can just carry on and teleport back.
So you want to
Send it back to Fair Valley.
You want to send
Have
it
it
back
docked
to
there,
Fair Valley,
and we continue
or-
on foot to Illidan Woods.
So did you want to send it back to Fair Valley, or did you want to send it back to Pro Rapids, Coveview, or?
Which one was the town that had the elven city with all the lightning?
That's
Fair Valley.
That's Fair Valley.
Fair Valley, yeah.
Then send it back to Fair Valley.
Okay.
Is what I would vote for.
Okay. All right. There you go. What day is it currently, Johnny?
I got that. Let me just bring that up real quick. It took us 3 days travel to get here, so we are currently Arma 30.
Amar 30. All
I don't
right.
want you guys to know, nothing happened. I was perfectly fine to overeat in the bar earlier.
Amar 30. Let me see what you guys would
Sounds
have
like you're tearing your
learned.
family apart.
Oh yeah, Corey, if you weren't listening earlier, because you kind of stumbled into my Moon Kingdom, you do know the Moon King is lawful evil, right? And the whole court and all that stuff. Okay, good. Just making sure.
Yeah, I know he's lawful evil from other reasons.
Okay, good.
Does that mean my alignment then changes?
No. It just means that he is very stringent about the law and very stringent about the compacts he makes.
Oh, I'm familiar with how lawful evil works.
Well, there you go. There you go. But it doesn't mean that you're an evil person. You just believe in
contracts.
There you go, and death, right? So you're a cleric of death.
Yes, I am.
There you go.
Scarlet, why are you talking with a Russian accent all of a sudden?
What does that contract? Yes.
Did she get taller?
Since you're the 30th,
Grow a beard?
Corey, since you're a bard, you get this. Your character hears that there is a marriage proposal. The marriage has been set to. There is a prenuptial agreement between the king of Phyrelis, Quintilius the Bald, that he will marry off his daughter to a country you've never heard of, some country called Barovia. It is unsaid where this country is from, but the princess is to be married off to this small country somewhere. You're uncertain where, but more information is to be disclosed within the next month. Specifically, Viscount Chauncey Nickelcloud, who's in town, believes that he is going to pronounce this information within the next couple days. By the way, Johnny, Viscount Chauncey Nickelcloud lives in town, and his mansion is very close by.
I was going to ask earlier if we wanted to talk to this.
Well, guys,
Check.
we did pay for 3 days of docking. Just gonna say, so
I think it'd be advantageous to talk to Chauncey. I just couldn't
should.
remember if one of us was wanted or if he was not our best friend.
Yes, Chauncey's the one who framed Decadic for the disappearance of his classmates.
And the murder of the prostitute.
You really were very excited for me to have him be our contact for the drop off of the Baroness. I'm slightly conflicted on what you're after here. Are you wanting to go talk to him? Away from him? Kill him? What are we looking for? I'm happy to help.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Johnny?
Johnny, roll me Johnny, roll me an intelligence check. Real quick.
He was the traitor the whole time.
Yeah, no, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Putting that in right now.
Did you tell us that Chauncey's
That was shitty. I'm gonna use a portent. What portents do I have? I swear they're better than that one I just rolled. I'm gonna use my 19 portents, so that's a dirty. Oh no, that's a 24 total.
Okay, 24 total.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, it would be very, very difficult to get in contact with Viscount Chauncey Nickelcloud. He's known to be the power behind the power. He's normally very difficult to get hold of because, well, generally the Magocracy does have a high bounty on his head, and he is rumored to be a spy master. But you have a ring, and you think that ring might be a gateway to get you an audience with the Viscount, because he would want to get in closer with that family. He's very tied in with the royal families. He himself is a Viscount from non-noble birth, which is nearly unheard of. But he's also a Ninth Sphere Magocracy master that defected from the Magocracy.
Yeah, he's basically self-made man.
So you
trying to get more power.
You think with that ring, you might be able to get an audience with him without an issue. Without that ring, probably wouldn't even talk to you. Wouldn't get past the gate.
Does the fact that we used him as our drop-off sort of source for the Baronet pay any additional benefits or anything?
He's already benefited. He doesn't care.
Fair enough.
You assume he's a person that would only want to talk to you if you can get him something. Unless you yourself have position within the court, which you guys don't. Neil might have a shot in the dark with a roll because of his background.
Very much so. What have you done for
Yeah,
me?
you have a nobility background. You have a chance to meet with the other nobles.
Ah, that's right.
It would be a high roll, but it would be a shot in the dark. Because he's just so much.
Well, a chap of Quidditch moves. Why didn't you say so?
I'm thinking that we go talk, if we can, and if we want to go talk to him, he might give us some info on the Illidan Forest situation. And if he gives us enough, maybe it'll save us a trip. Maybe he could have a connection to the Summer King that he can give the message to, if we want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm also curious about this whole arranged marriage. New country, new opportunities, new contracts, new money.
Our goal is to be new money.
So, this Viscount is a bad guy. Very much so.
Doesn't sound like it.
He's a bad guy.
Sounds like a
Is he
motivated
bad
man
guy?
striving to make his place in this world.
Is he good looking?
Captain, remember when I told you about how I was falsely accused of selling my classmates into slavery?
I remember
That's
that
this
part,
guy.
yes.
And also, apparently, trucking with the cult of Hastur, if I recall correctly, in Farport, he and Brother Coombs, I believe, are rather close. So he probably has something to do, not just direct...
Close to Brother Coombs?
Yeah, didn't we learn that, like, he and Brother Coombs... Because that's when we first really learned about him, was, like, dropped his name, and that pirate queen was like, you know that guy? Holy shit.
I thought it was the Pirate Lord was just offering basically as a contact for us to deliver the Baroness through.
That's what I thought. It was
Yeah.
just a contact.
I didn't remember it was through the brother. I thought it was just the Pirate Lord.
It's through the Pirate Lord, through the Viscount to him. But he had a direct connection to the Viscount to get it to him.
Yeah, both the Pirate King and the Viscounts are
The
in.
Pirate King himself is a little suspicious. for
Yeah,
sure.
the Pirate King is
Yes.
able to gain audience with the Viscount, who's able to gain audience with the royal royal family of the house.
Yes.
House of it's like caviar.
Yeah. So apart from being directly responsible for my predicament, he's also indirectly responsible for all of us being slaves to begin with.
Well, at least as the rumor goes.
So the rumor goes, yes.
All of us.
So as much as I would like to get info out of him and possibly at some point a little payback for whatever reason he decided to finger me, also it's very dangerous.
Was this before or after he framed you?
Oh, Decadic! I want to hear more about your little Knicker Cloud adventures before we further explore any other cavities.
I don't
You
think
shy
anything
boy.
about but it just fingering, like falsely accusing. Is that a brilliant expression that means something else entirely I'm not familiar
Wink,
with? Indeed.
wink.
So he is
Strom knows what
very
I'm talking about.
dangerous, very well connected, and if we talk to him, I probably, if I do join you in talking to him, I should be disguised probably if he recognizes me.
Do you have any history with the man? Like, any idea why he blamed you or framed you?
The only thing I can think of until Tony returns and I can maybe make a roll.
Or is this a
Maybe he has-
magocracy problem?
Maybe he has something against my father, who is a very well-respected general. Maybe he has some sort of grudge against him and he's trying to tarnish my family name by accusing me of this crime. Would that be something I could roll, Tony?
Well, with your previous roll, that's what you had. So far, you don't have more. You don't have more pieces to make another roll.
Can you talk to your dad again? I know you talked to him recently, right?
That'll go well.
But yeah, so far you think it might be because you do have noble lineage to Varissia, but it's unknown why. Like he's the guy. Obviously, the pieces are pointing at, but don't know why.
Quick question: was the Count over in Forellis before or after Johnny was framed?
Oh yeah, he's been in Forellis for quite some time.
Okay.
Generally, he's been in Forellis for like oh god, so he Viscount Chauncey Nicholson's about 60. He was a master at 30, so about 25 years.
So I'm not opposed to seeking an audience with him. It would probably be very informative and useful, but it's also would be very dangerous if he figures out who we are and wants to try to either take us back as slaves or keep an eye on us.
I'm just thinking, like, let's say, I don't know how everybody else's disguises, but like, I know Tom can disguise himself. I'm okay at disguising myself, and I don't know how well we would be at disguising the rest of our party.
He doesn't. I can magically disguise myself.
Honestly,
okay,
against such a person, I think I'd rather show up as myself and send more of a clear message.
It's like, oh yeah, we made it in, but we disguised ourselves, and then he found out the lie might be worse than...
I mean, honestly, if he's gone through such a problem to get our attention, surely he'd like something.
Yeah.
Maybe we could send a message via Rynre or something just to get a temperature of how things are. And then we can decide visit or forest.
That's a good point. Why don't we pay some urchin or something here to deliver a message?
Like a letter.
If he has a background with Thornbrook, perhaps, he'd be most interested to hear about him. Unless you'd rather not specifically throw yourself into the mix. If not, I'd be happy to substitute myself, but I'm not sure we're involved.
I'd rather get too detoured if we do get like that.
Just in case, it is only me he's specifically targeting. You're welcome to use my name, and I can disguise myself if we do confront him. But this guy sounds like Littlefinger to the 10th power.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, let's do everything short of meeting him and knowing everything before we meet him. Let's find out if it is a trap before we step into the trap.
Because again, I'm entirely convinced either that it isn't, possible that, a smoot or anyone else who with a background was targeted specifically and not just me.
Some of us are somebodies, but a bunch of us are nobodies.
Well, I'm afraid of, for my character it would be, who does he know who knows someone who also then would know me?
Because I don't 4 degrees separation?
Yes. Well, that's kind of like, who does he, like, what organizations does he have contact with who would know how to get to me?
Okay.
This guy's like evil Kevin Bacon.
So how do you guys want to accomplish? What do you want to accomplish, and how do you want to accomplish it?
Is everyone okay with we send a note to see if we can meet with him without any trouble? And then depending on that response, we then decide sure or screw it, go to the forest.
What's your bait for the letter?
Decadic. He went through so much trouble to get Decadic Thornbrook's attention.
And maybe to sweeten the deal, like we can seal the letter with like wax with like an imprint from the signet ring, so he like sees.
I like it.
Yeah,
house it belongs
to give
to.
it weight.
Okay. Who do you send?
Like,
How do you send the letter?
I guess we'll try to find. Is there a messenger service in the city or a mailing service that we can use?
Oh yeah, there's actually a mailing service. There's a mailing service within the city, which is rare, but it exists. There's an actual mailing service, and they will
modify our harpoon to deliver our message. Just shoot it at the building. They won't mind.
Sending.
Okay.
You guys in the capital city, can you imagine them carrying?
What does the letter say? Specifically, you've got the bait for it. What does it say, and how does he get information? How does he reply?
The esteemed Viscount, whatever his name was, like
Chauncey Nickelcloud.
Chauncey, there we go. Nickelcloud.
We, the crew, or I, Captain Zorksan of the
Hey,
ship.
Chauncey, stop. Don't murder us. Stop. Would like to meet. Stop.
I got an idea. I just got an idea.
Okay.
Because we traded in our old ship, the former Amistad, at Farport with the dead crew, supposedly. We could pretend to be, well, I mean, we did turn in the bounty on the crew. We could fabricate that, hey, we took back the whole crew, but one, Decadic Thornbrook, managed to get away and is still at large. I
Oh,
understand that there's a price on his head.
well, that being the case, may I recommend that I bring out Damien Skullgrave as the person who brought in the bounty before.
There you go. Yeah. Damien Skullgrave. I forgot that name.
Because if he's heard anything about the boat, if he was keeping any tabs on you, he may have heard something about that.
I'm trying to remember,
yeah.
where does Damien Skullgrave come from again?
That was the appearance of the person I took who sold the Nostromo and claimed the bounty, or sold the Enterprise and claimed the bounty.
Right. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, he
The
was
one who
like
turned
a
it
human male, right?
Yep.
Human male necromancer looking guy.
Yep, I remember him now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we could say, yeah, Damien Stormgrave, have recently arrived in Rynre. It would be my humble request to meet with you to discuss some information concerning the whereabouts of one Decadic Thornbook, etc., and the possible reward attached to his capture and or return to the Exalted Empire, and any other information you have in regards to this would be fantastic if meeting you in person would be possible.
Do you mention the ring? Well, you left insignia on it.
Oh, we're gonna wag like, yeah, he'll get the.
Yeah.
Something along that line.
Okay. Is that generally what you guys said?
Yeah.
I think so.
How does he reply to you? How does he get the information back to you?
We would like to meet you in person to discuss all of this.
Yes, but how does he send a letter back to you? Do you leave like an address?
Oh, we'll leave the address of the place we sent this from, the post office we sent this from. We'll say, please return to post office, and we'll
Yeah.
have a
Can we rent like a lockbox or PO box to receive?
Oh, guys, I'm thinking more old school kind of stuff. Like, you're gonna need to be out at this park bench, or send someone here at this park bench wearing this outfit around this time.
Please send the Russian attaché to the park.
Okay.
Let's do that. We'll have him send someone to meet us.
Our contact will be wearing, and we'll describe whoever we're sending, who we'll figure out in a moment.
Whatever your character looks like, that's the dude.
Sure, I'll send myself. Why not?
Okay.
No, you should send a lackey.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm too good to do it myself. At least that's what we need to.
So who are you going to send?
Who wants to be disguised? We're not going to send Decadic yet. Which, by the way, if you haven't already, you should get back on the boat and stay there.
Are you going to send your new cut purse friend, or?
Ooh.
Why?
Let's see. Who's...
I like that idea. Let's send our new cut purse.
Okay, that works.
The newest halfling I've made friends with. I'll send him.
Yeah, feel free to role play as him.
Hi, I'm Sammy Whitwicky.
Do we want to send like any like multiple people, like just as backup in case? Or
Oh, it's going to be eyes on eyes, baby.
okay, yeah.
People watching people spread out.
So who's watching
If we
who?
think he's
who's
scheming, we're
watching
going to
who?
try our best at Spy Master Gaming.
So who's sending who to watch who to watch who? What is this chain of events? Draw the scene for me so that I can enter it.
So he doesn't know me.
That's true.
Oh, you're completely unrelated.
Yeah, you weren't part of
I actually like
So I'll
Let's
kind
send
of.
him instead of the halfling, really.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Do it.
I mean, they're both unrelated, so halfling then should be watching him, if not the other way
Yeah,
around.
could send him, just as backup to keep an eye on him, and Strom is the point man.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
So Strom and Sam are going.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Strom and Sam this Saturday.
Great. So Strom and Sam are there. Strom is told to take the lead. All right. So Tom and Matt are in the scene. Where is he meeting you, and how is he meeting you? Park
So
bench.
we've already given him the letter. Now we're meeting him. Is that what we're
Yes.
That would
We're going to
be.
give him it there. We're going to set him up. Do you want a more urban or natural environment? How people feel?
There is
No
a
park.
circus tent. There is a park, and there is a gladiatorial arena in the circus.
I think a park would give us the most chances for like a stealth.
Okay.
No, I kind of like an arena because then we're just all there, and wherever the person is sitting that he's meeting,
Sure.
everyone's packed in together anyway. Who looks different?
Sure.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes.
Okay.
Plus, more people can see each other.
Okay.
Yeah, less chance for any skullduggery to happen.
Great. Okay, so you guys are in a gladiatorial arena.
Decadic stays on the ship.
The Gaedic stays on the ship.
You can use scrying in some way or other if you want.
I could from the ship.
Do you want to use
I mean,
scrying
I
from
hope
the
you're not
ship?
with us and scrying on us.
Wait, scry on who?
John.
Well, depending on how much you want to be involved or watch, you could always scry and keep an eye out on things. Or you might also not want to, depending on if they think you'll notice. You don't think they'll notice your sensor.
Yeah, maybe I'll just hang back on the ship for now. You guys arrange the rendezvous.
Okay. Yeah, you could scry, you could watch through the eyes of a familiar, whatever you want to do. If not, just stay on the ship. Okay, Corey, you there or not there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you are there. Okay. Neil is walking the dog. Okay. So
Yep.
you guys set a meeting place, I assume, at the gladiatorial arena at, let's say, noon.
Yeah, we basically given him a specific seating section and an outfit that someone's wearing.
Oh, so this is
So-
while the arena is open, right?
Yeah.
Like something else is going on.
It will have to be common sense the next day. It would probably take him a day to,
Right.
Because the letter probably won't get to him until like nighttime. He may not read it until after then. All right.
Question.
Yeah.
Is there any strong necromancy items in town, by the way, that I could buy to put on, like have Matt hold or anything like that? Something that makes it look more like-ish? Or I can scroll through and see if I can find
Yeah,
something.
you can scroll through and see if you can find something.
Okay.
The prices are generally there. If it looks kind of low or high, let me know. Sometimes it doesn't give me the correct price, and I gotta fix it. I just normally look at it and then I fix it if you guys run into it.
If they're doing this the next day, I'll roll some new portents just in case.
Like, for example, the Vicious Mace is like 1,355, not 355. Stuff like that.
Okay.
So just let me know before you buy something. So, you guys are at the gladiatorial arena. This is actually a 3-ring tent area. It's an indoor arena. Currently, the fight that's going on right now, there is a interesting, well-dressed hobgoblin monk who's fighting 3 different opponents at the same time. This giant elephant man, this kind of elemental monk who's like throwing fire around, and then there's this human barbarian just screaming, this giant man just swinging an axe, and they're just going at it for like the next 30 minutes, right? And the hobgoblin seems to be doing pretty well on his own, seems to be kicking some ass. All right, little backdrop, the entertainment for the fight. Sitting in a chair, more well-dressed than most, is a elderly man with a singular cane with a diamond hexagonal top to it. And it is a gigantic diamond. Like, it is obscenely big and gives off a prismatic light. He is wearing a red bandana, which was specified to be worn. He is wearing court ornaments, signifying that he is Chauncey Nickelcloud.
Ooh. You got straight to the big guy. Have fun, Strong.
Tom, feel free to play Mr. Witwicky.
All right.
You got his character sheet. It's there. It's the last
Yeah,
one.
I was going to pull it up. I got the thing up. I just got to get to him.
Matt, he's there. This guy's obviously the guy.
And there are free seats next to him, I'm assuming.
There are tons of... He's bought out the entire... There is no one else in the arena except for him.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a couple people like hanging out in the middle, right? There's like this tabaxi lady kind of watching the fight, but she's like inside. Human, couple other people in there. Obviously, like the announcer who announced the fight. Well, he's basically announcing the fight to like an empty arena, right? There's no one here. And they don't seem to be letting anyone else in. They did seem to let your guys in who had maybe like a red bandana on their right arm. Let's say that's your identifying mark, that he knows who you are.
I don't like that imagery. Go for something else.
Fine, blue bandana.
No, make a perception check.
I showed a little card.
But he is the only guy here, and obviously him.
Okay. So I'll go up to him and I'll sit nearby. Not like right next to him, but maybe a couple of seats away.
Okay. You sit a couple of seats away. He seems to be pulling. He extends his hand as it does a glass of wine appears in his hand. And he starts sipping in the glass. And when he's done, he drops the glass and the glass disappears.
Okay. I'd like to thank you for meeting me, or meeting us.
Oh, of course. You... Oh, of course. You garnered my attentions. Rokuganian. Interesting. Far from home.
I've had my fair share of travels.
I haven't seen the Phoenix clan here for quite some time. How's the wine exports?
It's going pretty well, with the exception of the constant warring from the Holy Kaza Kingdom.
Kazians, interesting folk. Which of the 47 are you?
I am the 47th.
Ah, Mr. Strong, I presume.
You would be correct.
Yes, I always am. So, Mr. Strong, send her Lord Hakai my best. We know each other. How may I help you?
The letter that we sent regarding the fate of the Enterprise and an individual who you had some interest in, from my understanding.
The youngest Thornbrook. Yes. Quite an interesting case, that one. How is the little razor doing?
He still eludes us. We were able to take down the rest of his ship, but he didn't seem to be among them.
He did not.
We knew he was there because we did interrogate some of the crew before dispatching them.
Of course, of course, of course.
But we're still unsure of where he went.
His location is unknown to you.
We are willing to try to find him.
Of course.
In exchange for information or anything else that you might be willing to offer.
You're willing to offer much. You possess the signet ring of the third cousin of a close friend of mine. I would be willing to... You vex me. For the ring. And for the information of where you found it and the condition of this cousin. I'll answer 2 questions. And I will give you a price for the safe retrieval of the little razor.
Alive. You want him alive.
And unharmed.
That's going to cost extra.
Well,
Sammy's just not Stanley. Stanley's just looking around. When he walked in, his first thought was, "So much for a discreet meeting." Like, we're going to play spy games. Walk in, the place is empty. We're the only people who can get in.
yeah, somebody bought out every seat. Anyway, so he says, of course it'll cost extra.
Was he the only one you wanted on that crew?
The only
There's
one
a
I
whole batch of slave ships we had.
care little about whatever slaves were on that ship. The Thornbrook. The little razor I'm interested in. When I heard he was on the ship, I wanted that manifest.
We actually heard something interesting regarding you and Decadic Thornbrook.
All right. What interesting thing did you hear? I'm curious which lie caught your tongue. Or truth.
We've heard that you had something to do with the demise of his brother. Is that true?
The demise of his brother. There are many fights I pick in this world. It would take a lot for me to pick a fight with the Red Razor. No. It didn't have anything to do with his brother's demise. Not directly.
Is his brother still
That sounds like...
on this earth?
Is this one of your 2 questions?
I would see it as a professional courtesy.
Yeah, a professional courtesy would be a ring in my hand in one of those questions. I've already given you partially a professional courtesy for the retrieval of the little razor. You get 2. Most people don't even get me in a room. You have a whole arena. I've got 100 gold riding on that little hobgoblin.
Do one of us have the ring?
I'd assume you
I
would.
mean,
Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, if you have it, fine, but do not give it to that fucker.
yeah.
We have it. We're not giving it to him.
We are quickly losing control of the situation.
Under no circumstance, we should not have brought that in the first place. We made our contact mean there's no reason to bring that valuable thing with us.
You could have
But
made
if something he's interested, we know better
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah, the whole point of this was,
Well, if you guys
There's
don't
one
have
thing
the ring,
Zorkshan can do, it's skullduggery.
that's fine. If you guys don't have the ring on you, he still has his hand out there. Then the ring.
Your answers are valuable, but not that valuable.
I've come here for a ring.
It's 50-50 on the little razor or the ring. Here's the ring has more interest. Good to know.
So the little razor, if you happen to come upon him, is worth 50,000 copper.
50 That's a lot for a safe return. And this was for, pull out like a piece of paper, look at it, kidnapping most of his graduating class and then selling them as slaves and then disappearing?
I don't care.
And you want him back safely?
I don't care anything about his graduating class. Nor the slaves on the ship, nor the ship. I care about the little razor. He's of royal lineage. His father is the most feared man on the continent. And I would love to return him back. Because he's worth more alive to me. I'm sure his father would just give you a nod. But as a hostage, he's worth so much to the Parisians.
Really just speak more plainly from the beginning.
Well, all of this, of course, is word of mouth.
Word of mouth? I'm just hearing some noise at the circus.
Yes, you are. Much noise. Much noise. And so far, I'm just hearing noise, no promises, nor any follow-through, honestly. Not even a single truth so far. Well, actually, let me take that back. Roll me a deception check. Since you guys have worked on your lie, I'll give you advantage. Is it deception or is it bluff? There's too many additions.
Deception in this one.
Okay. Well, there's also the lies skill, but that's not in this edition either.
Hey, Strom, are you a confident liar? Otherwise, Sam, he's got it. If you don't. He's pretty confident. He's good at lying.
Is that with advantage, you said?
It's with advantage. One of you gets to roll twice.
Oh, yeah.
With
Okay.
advantage, I got a 19.
Nice.
All right, let me pull up his character sheet.
Arrange a time and place to meet Damien. Arrange a time and place to meet Damien.
The sad part is Damon's going to be worthless. I might as well show up against myself against the 9th level. But we'll show up with the illusion to at least make the connection clear.
Count Chauncey Nickel Cloud. View. Give me a second, I gotta pull them up. All right, you got a 19?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I take that back. All right. So, what do you propose? I've given a price. 50,000 copper. Man could retire his life on that.
Sure, a man who wants a modest life, living in the countryside in a small little cottage.
Is there something else you wanted? An item? Titles? I'm a Viscount. What do you want for Thornbrook? If you could retrieve him. Which at this point, I'm hearing a bunch of misses and no grabs. Because he has eluded you so far.
Well, as far as illusion goes, there's a difference between a passing interest and a dedicated interest. You understand?
Of course. What is it that your dedicated interest would want if copper does not draw your ire?
Well, we were merely here sent to test the waters. Perhaps, to be honest, nobody expected you yourself to show up. It's different from what we expected. Perhaps another meeting? Send Damien to meet you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, sorry, my screen is blinking, so it might be about to die on me for a second.
You catch me once. What is your price? I'll give it to you, and then you'll meet me with it or not. My time is valuable. My patience is more so. I gave up dinner with a Lord of Hammerfall to meet you in this slum. I am a Viscount. Speak your words.
I mean, we're not stupid enough to actually bring the ring with us. We have to meet again if you want the ring.
I want the ring. If you're going to bring the ring, we can meet one more time. The price for the ring is going to be 15,000 copper. Or 2 questions. Or an item of moderate power. This is acceptable. Pick now, please. I'm going to bring one of them with me.
If Damien decides that he's okay with that, we'll let you know. If not, your offers are great, but not good enough for us to decide on our own. So I guess we'll have to contact you later.
Send a letter. We'll meet one more time, and if you waste my time, I will send assassins to kill you. And I'll send word to Lord Akai that you have wasted my time. Good day. He taps his staff and he disappears.
God damn it.
Like,
For a guy so full of himself, I'm surprised he came.
Did the Hobgoblin win?
the Hobgoblin won, actually. He's doing
He
pretty
won.
good. He won. Apparently,
Oh,
there's
he
like
wins.
exchanges
He wins hard.
of stuff. He whooped the ass of all 3 of them.
Oh, Triana.
Did Samuel have enough time to, did Stanley have enough time to go place a bet on the Hobgoblin after the Viscount placed a bet on it?
It's already over by the time it
Follow the money.
left.
Can I take a second to look at the Goliath in the group and just kind of go like, why does he seem familiar? And then have him look back at me and do the same thing.
No. That's the other group. That's Knights of Barovia. Hobgoblin?
Yeah. Oh, so that'd be Azura.
Yeah. When I was talking about the human barbarian, that's Bear Mantle.
Yes. Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I'll look at the paladin and kind of go like, huh. And I want the paladin to look back at me and go, huh.
I guess
That's it.
the paladin looks at like, a halfling. Okay. Then back. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted that little moment.
Okay, that's fine. You got it. All
Like
right.
Fury and Mace Windu meeting and being like, who's that guy?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. What do you guys want to do now?
Back on the ship, I presume, having learned all this that went down.
And discuss everything that happened.
Yes, what he showed up himself. What? Oh my God! What?
Yes, he did. And he.
Stanley's walking on ship. Decadic, 50,000 copper, man.
Yes. Decadic has turned out to be not only expensive, but of a royal lineage as well. And that along with his famous father.
By the way, before going back, anyone who's involved better be taking a very long and roundabout way back to the boat.
Just in case.
Taking the scenic route.
Okay. Roll me both of you roll me a stealth check.
All right. Let's see. What does he have?
That was a very interesting conversation.
Oh, Corey, since you're there, also roll me a stealth check.
Okay. 1 second. Oh, there it is. Ooh, 16.
Okay. Tom?
23 for Stanley.
Okay. Matt?
Thanks.
Okay. That's fine. It's a
Hey, man,
cumulative success.
you roll the 12. I'm using importance. You roll the 12 plus whatever.
Plus 4, so 16.
16. Okay. You guys feel fairly stealthy. All right. Raise your hand if you're proficient.
Stanley is.
Oh, yes. Solidly proficient.
Okay. Both of you are proficient. Okay. That lowers the DC. That keeps it at the normal. Okay. There we go. Yeah, you guys feel pretty stealthy. You guys get back to the ship. You don't feel like you were followed. What are you doing?
Decadic. You little diamond in the rough, you.
I have far more questions than I anticipated I would have.
Yes, you do. We found out your price, your parents, and your lineage are way more than we expected.
We already kind of knew his lineage.
Oh, we didn't know the royal part.
Neither did I.
Yeah, that does seem odd. Your father's a general, but he's not of royal line.
Yeah, I mean, my family's an old family, but I'm not aware of any royal positions.
What of your, we know a great deal about your mother, or your father. What of your mother?
My mother is a cleric. There's a long line of priests who have served in Piracy. She's a very humble woman. I just honestly have no idea what he could be talking about. What royalty is. This makes no sense. And also, he claims he just wants to ransom me for money, so he went to the trouble of framing me for a crime, presumably getting me on this ship to be good.
He doesn't want to ransom you for money, I rather doubt.
He might.
If that's the case, he wants to use you against your father in some way, perhaps?
Didn't he want to return me to Piracy in exchange for a modest sum or so he claimed? That doesn't add up at all.
At least return you to Piracy. I mean, with that guy, I don't think a modest sum just applies to money.
I think that we're going to be facing, he's got reasons within reasons and plots within plots.
If he is connected to this cult of Hastur in some way, which we were all branded to be presumably converted to or used as slaves towards their cause, maybe he wishes to convert me so that he has an agent in the court of Piracy.
Could be that he didn't know much about you before and learned more and learned of your value, just as we now have. 50,000 copper is not the amount of copper one would, dare I say, blink or sneeze at too casually.
Yes. I mean,
You could use 5 more cannons.
Or one of us could use it to, well, set ourselves up for a certain particularly comfortable life.
Yes, the commoner's poor life in the country, in a little cottage. Peaceful, but pointless.
I'm sorry. Are some of you actually entertaining the idea of cashing in this bounty on my head?
Mostly, I'm annoyed that's all they thought you were worth.
I'm just mostly annoyed we didn't know how much you were worth beforehand.
Too little, too much. Or just
Too
hidden
late.
value, I guess.
Well, just in case any of you have any thoughts of trying to get that reward, and then telepathically I'll shout out at all of them, don't.
I don't know. The clinking of coin is quite loud indeed.
I'll just casually take up my sinning sword and just examine it and do a few practice swings.
Oh, I forgot about your sword as well. That would also be worth quite a pretty penny.
Yes, it would. And it swings it directly over Scarlet's head.
Indeed.
Sorry, I'm just practicing. I'm not very good with this. I can tend to be very clumsy still. It'd be a terrible shame if I were to accidentally injure one of my crew members.
Yes, it would be. And it would be a terrible shame if there was no medical physician available to repair said crew member.
And we can always find another one at any point. Anyway.
Surely, Decadic, I told you what we were going to do about your troublesome history with this man.
As you swing the blade in your hands around, it begins to hum and give off that very similar song. But as it does, it says, "Ah, yes, my prince, swing me around, as I have not been swung around in quite some time."
Told you.
Does he hears this?
Yeah,
Or all of us hear it?
only he hears it.
Okay, good.
Remember, your sword is intelligent.
Yes.
Arendelle, quick blade of the stars.
The Gaelic will ask anyway, did you all just hear that?
Yes, your sword sings when you swing it. It's very majestic, but I believe we've covered it already.
Yes, this is an old hat.
Yes. Yes, you're right. I just thought it was a nice tune, is all. I'll sheath it.
Oh. Anywho.
Okay, as I said, I already promised. Vengeance will be yours. Relax not. Don't relax not until we have the vengeance. Otherwise you'll get soft.
Relax, you'll get the vengeance. But don't relax until we get it.
Relax against us, but otherwise toughen up those edges.
So, before Neil dies,
He's fading.
what do you, so it's almost 11:30. So, is there anything else you guys want to accomplish for the day, or should we try to prepare for the next game?
I'm good.
Do you guys want to continue interacting with Nickel Cloud for now, or leave him as he is for the moment now that we made initial contact, and continue with Illidan for now?
I vote continue to the forest. We kind of got our litmus test there.
Give him some time to stew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, your guys' goal is to send the ship back to the cheaper port where you want to go back to.
Later, yeah.
Head
Yes,
to the... and then head to the Illidan Woods?
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
And then after we've gone to the woods, if we want to have that second audience with Nickel Cloud, we could then use the Hearthstone as a getaway if need be, if he tries to
Exactly.
grab us or something.
I mean, this is gonna, he's a Ninth Sphere mage. I'm not entirely confident on getting a spell off in his presence to leave if he doesn't want us to. Just gonna throw that out there.
We can decide after the forest.
I may be arrogant, but I'm not stupid.
I may be stupid, but I'm not arrogant.
Sounds like you're full of yourself in that way, huh?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Noted. So modus operandi next game, as I understand, so I prepare, travel to the Illidan Woods to try to find out what happened or speak to the Summer Court. After that, possibly head back. Audience with Chauncey Nickel Cloud. Obviously, the exchange of the ring being the price of that. At least that he'll meet with you. And then after you're done with that, teleport back to the ship. And we're thinking Elven Ruins?
Yep.
Yeah, see if we can knock out a couple of those quests that take place around there.
And then
Yes.
after that, possibly back to the Isle of Dread?
Yeah. We've been away
Yeah.
from there a little too long. Let's go back there.
Okay. All right. So, sounds good. I'm cool with that. I will have that prepared for the next game. So next game, some encounters, some social, possibly a little adventure, and then probably some modified travel back to the Isle of Dread.
Yes.
Okay, sounds like a plan to me. All right, I will see you guys on episode 46 of the Nostromo. Full sails to nowhere. All right, I'm gonna stop streaming. Stop.